Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Grange TV. We're here to do a live episode here with this fight companion, UFC 255. Guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. There's a little bell. Please press the bell so you get all the notifications. I just want to thank Eli for coming. He came straight off the night shift, worked last night, 24-hour shift with the New South Wales Fire Brigade. He's one of a kind. People, not all heroes wear capes. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eli Hedges. Welcome. Thank you, sir.
Mauricio, how are we?
Good. How is everyone today, guys? Yeah, please, we're watching with you. We're not the voice of, the voice of reason or anything like that. So please put in the comments, tell us what you think, etc., etc., etc. We're watching this one early. Sorry, Eli, can you bring up the comments? We're watching this one early because we I had both guys on the podcast, both Brandon Royval and Brandon Moreno, and both guys are champions, absolute champions. So, they're fighting each other in what I believe will be either a number one contender spot or possibly be up next for the title, either one of them. Of course, there's Cody Garbrandt that's on there first with them as well, but who knows? They can very, very easily steal the show. Eli, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Guess we're here to do the fights. Interesting. Lot of good fights. Lot of fights that I guess people are sort of seeing as one way. I guess with the two main events, I would have to say the two main events.
I don't know I don't know, man. I think Alex Perez is a fucking sleeper. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. I think if Deiveson can't get him out of there early, I think Alex wins it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my prediction.
Yep.
But I have a question. Who do you think wins out of these two?
Don't know. It's going to be back and forth battle. I really don't know.
Because we watched Brendan when he fought Kai.
Yeah. I feel like everyone is so close in that division, except for Deiveson. I feel what separates him is the power from everyone else. That's just my personal opinion. So I feel like that division is very close, except for him.
Do you think he could be susceptible to the leg kicks of
Perez?
Yes.
Yeah, he could be. But I also think Perez could be susceptible to
the rockets. Yeah, 100%.
That puts people to sleep. So
100%.
Yeah, it's gonna. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm a big fan of his. I like him. I like that weight division now because of him. I find it very interesting, and I think he's just separated from everyone else with that power. Yeah. So, and then the women's fight, Valentina, Maia. I think they're on a whole different level.
Valentina?
Yeah, she's on a whole different level. She hasn't lost to that weight division. The losses that she has.
Oh, sorry. Can I apologize? I said Holly Holm last week, like when we were doing we're talking about this fight in the short clips, and I don't know why I said that because she beat Holly Holm convincingly. She lost to Liz Carmouche, and that was like, yeah. But anyways, I don't even know why. I must have been on crack or something. I don't even know. I have no idea why I said that. Yeah, man. So, in this one, how do you see them going
with Valentina? And
Moreno and Royval.
No, I'll go Moreno. I'm just going to pick one.
Why is that?
I can't give you a breakdown of exactly why I think that. I'll just have to pick one with them guys. What about yourself?
I think the thing that I see here is Royval's definitely got an X factor. He's throwing spinning stuff. He's got good submissions. His jiu-jitsu's off the hook. Never really has had to pay for it, for being on the ground, etc. But I do think that that Moreno is a little tidier.
Yep.
And I think that X factor is great, and that spinning, kind of erratic attack. It's all over the place. Not even he knows what he's doing, and he can hit you with spinning elbows, flying knees. You don't know what. I think that's really, really great, but I don't think that he's fully tempered it yet. When you saw him against Kai, he was coming in he had such a long range on him. He's 5'9" in the flyweights. He had a long range on Kai, but he's coming inside of Kai's range.
Yep.
And that's how he got clipped a few times. And I feel that there's a few little things there where more polished guys like a Moreno or someone like that, over a 5-round fight, and this one's only a 3-round fight, but over a 5-round fight, someone like that will start to wear on you. You know what I mean? 3 rounds, he might do it. This is what makes this very, very interesting. I don't know. I really can't pick. I think Moreno's very tidy.
Yeah.
But in a 3-round fight, Royval can come out like a whirlwind that he is, you know?
Yeah.
The other problem is Moreno has really good jiu-jitsu as well.
Yep.
But Kai was a black belt. So I'm very, very interested. Coach, I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. Can you walk me through how weight cut works? Why are they soaking in the tub, and why don't they just come fight week already made weight? Pardon my ignorance, Coach. Laugh out loud. Well, basically what's happening is there's a dehydration process. You're trying to get as much fluid out for as short amount of time as possible and then rehydrate. So there's a dehydration. The rehydration is probably more important, you know? So if you come in, like, say you weigh 70 kilos, right? If I weigh 70 kilos on the day, Eli's not going to weigh 70 kilos. He's going to come in, cut the weight, right? Weigh 70 kilos for the weigh-in. And then by the time he gets into the octagon, he's going to weigh 76 upwards, maybe 80 kilos. You know, so if I walk around at 70 kilos, Elo is probably a guy that walks around at 85, maybe even 90 kilos, like 86 kilos, something like that, like a guy like Khabib. They'll diet down, cut the water weight, and by the time they get in the octagon, they'll be 78, 79 kilos, which, or you know, anywhere like that. So 7, 8 kilos, a big advantage to give away. In a weight cut, your water load, make sure that you stay hydrated. The tub is basically a way to, just like the sauna. It works exactly the same way as a sauna. It'll make you sweat. It'll take the fluids out of your body. It's an easier, safer way than the sauna. It doesn't burn any of your respiratory system. And it's not as hot. Like it's hot, but it's just a hot bath. It shouldn't be. A lot of people make it a lot hotter than what it needs to be. Your body is in homeostasis, so it means it wants to always maintain equilibrium. So if you get too hot, you sweat. If you get too cold, you shiver to come back to homeostasis, to equilibrium. So if the bath is hot enough, like anywhere above your core temperature, to make you sweat, that's enough, you know, and you just sweat that out and that's it. Some people, though, come completely underprepared. There's the good podcast that we did was with Burt Watson, and he talks about how different fighters act and react when they come into fight time. And some people aren't prepared, and they miss weight by a lot. Like Mike Perry in this one, missed weight by like 5 pounds. So yeah, that's why when somebody misses weight though by something like 5 pounds or something like that, it's a lot, man, because that guy is not cutting those last few pounds, and those last few pounds are the hardest ones, you know. So that's in a nutshell what happens with cutting weight. So yeah, it's a big advantage.
That's the big difference. I think that some people are ignorant about. You're not losing weight; you're just cutting weight because you're just cutting the.
Yeah. You're just taking the fluid out.
Yeah, why? You'll see people think, "Oh, I want to lose weight." They'll buy a skipping rope and a garbage bag, and sweat out, and then go weigh themselves and go, "Oh, it's working." Do you know what I mean? You're not actually burning fat; you're burning calories when you do that. People think the hotter you're getting, you're going to actually burn. Melt that fat off. No, you're not.
No, you're losing fluid is what's happening, you know, and they're completely different things, you know, very, very, very different things. And so these guys, and plus, the leaner you are, you can just lose the fluid in your muscles and replace it. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to burn calories or anything come fight week. It's yeah, it'd be better if everyone fought at their natural weight division, but everyone's always going to try and be as big as possible coming into the fight because strength, you know, it does matter. Strength and size do matter.
Yep.
Irrespective of what your girlfriend tells you, size matters. It's true. So here's Moreno looking very good, looking in good shape.
Very relaxed.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Brandon's always looked good. Is Moreno getting Vaseline for you all, or like what's the timing? I guess I'm trying to be in line with your watching. Is Moreno getting Vaseline for you, or like what's the time? I guess I'm trying to be in line.
So he's trying to. So he was just saying, was he getting vassed up? Just
oh, okay,
so they're in
yeah.
the cage now. We can see Bruce Buffer. He's giving his little, hey, it's time. He's pointing towards Royval now. So maybe that will help with the exact timing.
No, thank you guys for doing this. We would have the clock here, but Eli was out all night fighting fires. Didn't bring the clock, but we still have our father time up there. We'll never ever forget you, sir. Thank you. We do have a timer. We just couldn't, mate. He was out there fighting fires. He had the timer in one hand, going up the stairs,
saving cats,
saving kittens. We're about to start, guys. Moreno, number one contender. He's a number one this season?
Yeah, he is number one. He's number one, and so is Joseph Benavides. So that's what's really interesting about this, because when they brought the rankings up before, they had 2 number ones.
Oh, because when he did the show with us, when he was on, because I interviewed both these guys, he was number 2. So they just put him up there. Okay, so he's number one contender. So
this pretty much is
pretty much eliminated.
Yep.
Because there's still Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
That's come down into flyweight.
Mm.
You get what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, this looks like it's going to be a cracker. Moreno looks very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
I like the way he's looking. And Royval looks very pumped. He's looking in great shape. We're about to start and we're off. There was a fist touch in the middle. That's round 1, 4:57 to go of the first round. Royval is in the southpaw stance, pouring out with a jab, just touching, throws a left body kick and feints, pours out with a jab, inside leg kick. They exchange inside leg kicks and a big exchange by Moreno. Royval took it. They're just exchanging in the middle, and Moreno's taken the center of the cage. These guys are off, eh?
Yeah, I think he's already egging him
inside
on
leg
Moreno.
kick, inside body kick. Moreno's throwing combinations to the body and then to the head. Inside leg kick by Royval.
Royval has come out
from
really
orthodox,
working hard.
Yes, and he's now standing orthodox. Throws a flying into a spinning fist.
A little bit wild.
Very wild. And Moreno's holding the center, throws another kick to the body. Oh, hits him with a lead left. He's got a guillotine, does Royval, but he's out. Moreno's out and he's sitting in half guard. He's sitting in half guard, controlling the wrist of Royval. And now he's trying to get the shoulder pressure, but Royval's trying to frame and get out. He's got inside bicep control. Very good work by Royval from the bottom, but so from Moreno on top. Royval now throws an elbow. He's got him in full guard, and he's got a very active, aggressive guard. He kicks off and stands up. Great work by both guys. Great work. That's what you want to see, guys, on the bottom as well. You want to see you go for your stuff from the guard, but once the guard's open, you got to be kicking out and getting back up. Big overhand right by Moreno. What's that?
That was impressive from Rua.
But very, very, inside leg kick by Royval, followed by Moreno with a leg kick of his own. Both guys exchanging jabs from conventional and southpaw stance. Moreno's winging some big shots there.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit frustrated in how the first 2 minutes has went.
Inside leg kick by Moreno. They're both looking good. Moreno's looking, hit him with a nice left hook over the top. Flying knee, spinning elbow by Royval.
Royval went with that attack a good 3 times.
Yeah. That inside 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, 52 seconds. Got looking for the second hook is Moreno. But he's got a nice little hip lock there.
Yeah.
He has, so it's almost like having both hooks in. He's fighting for his back. Great work here by Moreno. Royval's doing a great job. He's trying to get his shoulders to the mat. Could Moreno be setting up a twister here?
I really need to get under that right arm of.
Yeah, but he's got that leg in lockdown, it seems.
But he would have to give up that.
No, he doesn't have the lockdown.
Arm.
He doesn't have the lockdown. He doesn't have it. But it's a very, very good position here. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. He could be looking for an arm triangle. Depends on what Royval gives him. But Royval's very savvy. He's already looking to put that left shoulder to the ground and then try and follow in with the right shoulder and get both shoulders to the ground.
I really like how they lock that hip in there.
Very
you don't
good.
Have to go in that for that second hook.
Yeah, and he's got it. He's got it. He's got it across the face, but it's not underneath the chin. Royval's not going to give it to him. It's right across the face.
Now he's slowly trying to sneak it in there.
Yeah, great work here. It's on. He's cranking the face. There's a massive face crank on Royval. Massive one. He's fighting the hands. That's what he's got to do. He's fighting the hands. Great work by Royval. But this is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of pressure on the spine as well because of the way that he's got. It's almost like a twister, but with no arm. He's got to keep fighting it. There's a lot of pressure. Royval is super tough. There was so much pressure on the back, the neck, and the jaw of Royval. Now he's got the leg lock in. He's got the leg locked in where he could go for a twister, but Royval's got to give him his back. He has to give him his back so he doesn't take the twister. If he goes now, puts both shoulders on the ground like he is now,
and underneath that arm.
And Moreno can get underneath that arm, he's going to be going for a twister. He could well be doing that. Royval's doing a good job of fighting the legs with his own legs, but now he's in that position where he could be giving up the twister. And Moreno's just hitting him.
He's comfortable there with that.
Very, very good. And I think Royval's also looking to see if he can sit up and go for a knee bar of sorts. And now he's done that. He's gone for the knee bar. They've exchanged submissions, but Moreno has taken him back down. He's in guard. Royval's in full guard. He's throwing elbows from the bottom, big elbows, but Moreno's postured up. He's got to be careful with those up kicks. Royval's attacked for a leg of his own. There's 25 seconds left. He's got it. But he hasn't been able to extend it. He's thrown big elbows. Moreno has his leg locked underneath, and he comes up. He's past the guard. Royval is turned onto his stomach. Big ground and pound landing by Moreno. There's 9 seconds to go. Royval's going for a makeshift armbar, but it's not going to happen. Big ground and pound by Moreno. He has to. 1 second to go.
Oh, no, he
stopped it. I think something happened.
Yeah, he's hurt something here, whether it's his wrist. I was wondering why he wasn't defending himself. Is it the round or is it the fight over?
Nah, that's a fight.
Yep.
He stopped it early.
So something's happened. I think a verbal tap, maybe, where something happened to his wrist or...
Moreno, I believe, next title shot.
Yeah, that was... You know who I was impressed? The way Royval went out there and took it to him. Wow. And he weathered the storm and was patient. This is going to be interesting to see what happened here. So there he's already holding his arm. No, so he's not defending himself and he's complaining about his hand or his arm and he's just holding his wrist. That's why he's not defending himself.
Oh, he's already holding his own wrist.
Or is it his shoulder that maybe...
No, but he seems to be holding his forearm. And just...
Well, he's not defending his face. So it's obviously really...
He must have broken his arm.
Because he was just taking punishment to the face, just holding his arm, defending that.
Wow.
But now he's... So I got a feeling it might have been a shoulder. Yeah, now he's holding the shoulder. And if it was a dislocation of the shoulder and they've got it back in... Yeah. So it was a dislocated shoulder. And pop, there it goes back in. Wow. That
and that was such a cracker fight.
Yeah, that is disappointing. Disappointing on Royval's behalf, but
wow.
I wanted to see that another 2 rounds of that.
I wanted to see another 6. They were going hard, but Moreno looked amazing.
He did. He looked very good on the ground, didn't he? That control of that bottom hip.
Yeah.
I like it.
Against a good ground guy.
Yeah. Yep. But even when he had that guillotine, not the guillotine, the rear naked across that chin.
Yeah.
You could see his mouth guard coming out and across that chin, man. That hurts.
I think a lot of people would have tapped on that one.
Oh.
I would have.
I was tapping.
I would have tapped early and consistently from that one. Man, tell me what you think, Eloy. What do you think?
No, I just think it was an impressive fight. I guess I'm disappointed on the way it ended. Do you know what I mean? Because I would have liked to see the next 2 rounds. I'm not taking anything away from Moreno, but there was obviously an injury there to Royval that helped the fight go the way it did. He couldn't defend his face. He couldn't defend his head. He was holding his arm, which was obviously a dislocated shoulder. So he wasn't defending himself and the referee. But I think he might have verbally tapped and just said, do you know what I mean? The pain of the shoulder was too much. Or the referee's seen that it was popped out. and canned the fight, which is unfortunate because it was a great fight.
But what did you think of Moreno's performance up until that point?
No, really good. Really good. He weathered a bit of a storm from Royval. I think Royval went out there very aggressive. So he did a really good job. And then when he got it to the ground, it was very technical on the ground. Do you know what I mean? For a lot of people that are fans of
the ground
grappling,
game.
of the ground game and that, it was very technical, the way he controlled that bottom hip. With that overs. So,
you know what I liked? I was impressed, like absolutely and definitely with the grappling of Moreno and Royval. But I was very impressed, and this is what I was saying to you before the fight, that I see Moreno as being a little too tidy.
Yep.
In the stand-up, like he wasn't flustered, and he was throwing big power back as well.
Yeah.
I think Royval looked good at the start. He was throwing a lot of things, but Moreno kept his composure. He stayed tidy. There was, I think, at times, like you said, I do agree there was probably a little bit of frustration there, but he kept his composure the whole time.
I feel some of the shots were coming out of frustration. He just wanted to land a big one back on him. But
and Royval, again, like I said to you before, like I think that it works really, really well when he's erratic. He's all over the place. It's hard to get a read on him. But I think against those top guys that are very tidy, it's hard as well.
Yep.
It's hard to get through that. You know, who do you have in this Paul Craig and Mauricio Shogun Rua?
And
they fought before.
A draw, which was really interesting that they gave Craig the first one of the referees, or one of the judges gave Craig a 10-8, didn't they?
I don't know.
The first round, which
that's what I was saying, yeah.
Oh, it was something strange like that. I remember it was really odd. And I remember Craig, like, he was on top in the first round and sort of owned that first round. And I think Shogun then won the next two. But I don't know, from that first fight, who can make improvements? I think Craig can make improvements from that first fight. I think with Mauricio Shogun Rua, we know what we're going to get.
And it's
every
the tail
time.
end of his career.
Yeah, I do feel that. I wasn't too impressed with his last fight with Lil Nog. Like, yes, it was the trilogy, and with, do you know what I mean? It had that, but it wasn't against another veteran, which Craig is a bit of a veteran as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Craig could, if he gets on top, if he can get that takedown and get on top, then that's, do you know what I mean? That's his line to victory. I just think he can learn a little bit more. I think where Mauricio can give Craig some issues is with that leg kick. If he gets that leg kick off early, then that could give Craig some issues. But yeah, what do you feel?
I think with Mauricio starts, how Mauricio can start, he's got bombs in his hands still.
I'm always worried about his chin as well, but
very chinny.
Do you know what I mean? I'm always worried about his chin.
The one thing I don't like with Paul Craig, he's got good jiu-jitsu off his back, but I don't feel that he gets up. I feel that he allows himself to be held down.
Yeah, it's nearly, he pulls guard.
Yeah. And I think that's a very bad habit, and I think that someone like Shogun can win the fight by just grappling with him and staying on top.
Yeah. No, I like what he does. He's in a wrestle and he pulls guard and goes, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot we were doing wrestling and not jiu-jitsu.
Those guys that come from Ballina to wrestling class and pull guard, everyone knows who that guy is. But yeah, no, like I think Shogun's going to do it because I think there's more improvements to be made by Craig.
Yeah.
But I feel that Shogun has the experience to be able to draw upon for a rematch, if that makes sense. Like he's got the data there. He just has to use it. You know, he doesn't have to go out and learn it and whatnot. And I do think that he can come out and I think he's going to find Paul Craig's chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't.
And I think it'll be early.
Okay. I'll be happy with that.
Shogun's got power, man. He still has it.
Yeah, he definitely still has it. But, yeah.
Chili Mine is right. When these older fighters speak another language, it's hard to tell how punchy they are. You know, it's actually sad because when you hear some of the guys talk, by the time somebody's punchy, like when they're talking like that, there's so much damage because that's like a symptom of brain damage. You know what I mean? Not the cause. You know what I mean? So there's by the time you're hearing someone be punchy, it's too late. Apparently, Wandy slurs his words a bit when speaking Brazilian. I think that Vanderlei, you can sort of see that a little bit in Vanderlei.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's sad. That's real sad, to see someone like that. I have actual friends that have gone through stuff like that. There's on the podcast we had Willie Tonga.
Yep.
And he spoke about that as well. And he's a young guy, man. He'd be what, your age?
James. I think James spoke about
James Tahuna. He was on the podcast. Spoke
his
about
memory. A lot of things that he sort of forgets and that sometimes.
Like young guys. James is my age, so 40, going into 40, and just it's so scary, man. Imagine like being inside your own brain and it not functioning the way that you thought it would go, but you're still cognizant of the fact that you are losing your memory or other things, and Willie spoke about it as well on the podcast. For those that don't know, Willie Tonga's an amazing rugby league player here in Australia, but he said to me that he'd had like 70 knockouts or something. Were you there when we did that podcast?
Yep.
Yeah, he'd been knocked out like something like 70 times, like knocked out 70 times playing rugby league. And Willie's like a fucking, looks like a G.I. Joe figure, you know what I mean? So when you start thinking about shit like that, you think like, man, you got knocked out 70 times. Like pro fighters don't even have 70 fights.
Yeah.
You had been knocked out 70 times. It's so scary.
And what's scary about that is there's a concussion, which is just that flash that you have, that white flash when you get, knocked in the head. And that's just doing damage every time.
Yeah.
Well, I used to think I'm like, never got knocked out because I've never been on the ground doing them ones. But I have concussions, thousands of them. So, it's not good.
Very, very scary. Well, they did a study. On soccer players that headbutt the ball all the time.
Yeah.
In certain positions.
They're saying it's more dangerous than a lot of other sports that damage.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of it. Like you wouldn't think, but it's a knocks to your head. Your body doesn't differentiate which ones are the.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to design a different type of soccer ball that wouldn't bounce, because it's the same as like a boxing glove. The damage in the boxing glove, it comes from the extra cushioning, which makes your brain bounce even worse off your skull. So that's how come they say bare knuckle boxing is safer.
It is. It'll just cut the shit out of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's no good for your looks. But if you're Vanderlei, I think he's pretty safe anyway.
Yeah.
But the amount of concussions that you can have from your, because you're not having that same impact and that same effect from the bouncing of the brain against the skull. So but Vanderlei, I've loved watching him fight. One of his fights is definitely my favorite fight. Who was it? The army guy.
I know who you're talking about. And he does commentate
there and he dropped. They just stood there and just turned the fans on.
Brian Stan,
and one dropped, and then the next dropped, and then one dropped, and that was the best fight ever.
You like that type of stuff? I don't, but he does.
Yeah, no, but it was
exciting.
That was super exciting. Especially, I remember Brian Stan said before that fight he was going to go in there and take it to Vanderlei, and then, mate, that was not good on their brains. Like that fight, that type of fight, you can only have one or two of them in your career. Even though Vanderlei, how many of them has he had in his career?
A lot, dude. Like
that's all. Yeah.
I remember a guy Mezga in Pride. They traded when he fought Chuck. Like just so many of those fights where they just punched the shit out of each other. The Rampage fights, the fights with the Rona. You could just go on and on and on and on.
It just consistently he's done that.
Vitor when Vitor knocked him out. Grange TV, have you ever trained with Dan Kelly, and what are your thoughts on judo? I've been around Dan Kelly. I've been to Dan's sessions. I've never had the opportunity to myself train on the mats with him, but I've been there. I've been in his sessions. I've been there. My thoughts on Dan Kelly per se, I think Dan Kelly is a wealth of knowledge. Like he's someone like underrated. Like he started in the UFC late. If he had started maybe 10 or so years earlier, he would be fucking big time. he's been to 4 Olympics in judo. I don't even know if people can grasp like 3 or 4 Olympics, what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how good you have to be for so long. And to make the Olympics in judo, you have to get a world ranking system. You have to be ranked in the world, right? You can't just win in Australia and go. Like you have to get a certain number of points. So this guy was able to do this for so many years, you know. So if people weren't able to see who Dan Kelly was, that's the reality of that. He actually started late, you know, that's a real shame, I think, because it robbed everyone of an opportunity to see what I believe could have been one of Australia's very, very, very best UFC fighters. If not, period. Like I think he could have gone the whole way. My thoughts on judo, I think the judo is fantastic. I think the problem with judo, as far as if you're asking me transferability, it's been very, very, very made specific for the Olympics for show. So it's been made so you can see a big throw, and so a lot of the game is now limited to that. Sort of like what Taekwondo used to be to what Taekwondo is today. Having said that, I think it's an amazing base for kids. With wrestling is not massive here in Australia. I've got a little girl. As soon as she turns 3 or 4, I'm going to have her doing judo for sure. But yeah, I think judo is a fantastic base, absolutely fantastic base for sport. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't like doing judo. I don't like getting thrown
Fuck,
over
dude.
and over
Oh.
again. It sucks.
No.
And depending on who you train with, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tough sport. It's a very tough sport. A lot of repetition in that. Transferable for UFC or MMA fighting. I think there are some variables there that, do you know what I mean, can help you in the cage, but it wouldn't be my go-to for someone who wanted to start if they wanted a pathway into it. But I definitely think there's some things there that are very valuable.
I think also judo, if you had a great judoka that came through and did all his judo back in the day, and then he's 23, 24, and then that guy's base would be great.
Yeah.
Because he would know how to throw, he knows how to grapple, he knows how to train, he knows how to compete at a high level. So there's a lot of that transferability. But if you were just starting at 22, 23, and you're going to start with judo, it's going to be hard because you're going to have to learn some things and then transfer them over. Whereas wrestling has a lot less things that you have to unlearn, so to speak. Just being that you're not wearing the gi. But if you're going to start from a kid, judo is fantastic. I think it's an amazing sport and a really good base, just as good as anything else. If you're going to learn it from young, if not, it's a little bit hard. It's a little bit hard to, because you'll have to get your mind adjusted to judo to begin with, because there's a lot of rules, like you can't grip certain ways, like you can't have 2 hands on one side, or you can only have it for X amount of time. You can't touch your legs unless you're doing this or that, the other. So you're going to have to spend some time just learning that if you're going to start as an adult. But I think it's fantastic. Joseph, saw that back in the day Grange TV episode on James Tahuna. He's one of the baddest motherfuckers on this planet. Respect to him. Yes, he is, sir. Yes, he fucking is. I always look at him and think, like, I bet you there's been some dickhead at some point in your life that started a fight with you in the street because people are fucking stupid. Yeah. And great commentary. I rewatched the Juan Espino podcast where you mentioned dialectical behavior therapy. Do you use any type of therapy with the athletes or students you work with? I per se don't, like, I don't go and court. Thank you, Valeria, $20. You're the best. My little girl is going to eat today. There is markets up the road from my house today, so she will eat something today for sure. You are a champion, Valeria. Thank you. I don't use therapy per se because I'm not a trained therapist, but we do have when I was working, we did have people that I would recommend the fighters to see, or other football players, or other people that I've worked with. But a lot of the stuff that I encourage people to do is stuff that's like dialectical behavior therapy. That's anything. It's a form of cognitive behavioral therapy. It's anything where your mind is doing something, like, say, the easiest thing to say is like, you're coloring in or you're painting something or you're drawing something, where your mind is honed in on that and you're not thinking of other things. And it's meant to help with like your amygdala and slow you down and slow your heart rate down. So it helps massively. So with the fighters, I recommend anything like that, where fighters or other athletes that I've worked with, where you do something that is going to take your concentration and take it into another place. It stops you thinking about, having that TV on in the background that's consistently causing you to think about an assignment you've got to do or a competition or whatever. So painting, learning an instrument, a new activity. For me, honestly, I do a lot of like surfing because it's hard for me to surf. So when I'm in there, I'm just concentrating on that moment. I think cold water therapy helps a lot. Like we do that as well. Another thing where we go swimming or we do stuff in the cold water, because once you jump in, everything else just goes to the side, and the only thing you're concentrating on is in that moment. And there's a lot of good hormones, endorphins, and whatnot that are released as well. Your thoughts on any of that, Ella?
No, I enjoy things like painting and that. That really.
Are you a good painter?
No, I'm not great. No, I'm not great, but I do you mean like Aboriginal art and that, which is, very tedious, I guess. Do you mean just dot after dot or line after line, and you just sort of you just zone in on that and you forget everything else. And like you said, it slows you down and you forget about the other stresses, and then afterwards you just feel re-energized. So things like that, painting, playing chess. I don't know. I don't really play any instruments. I like to listen to music and that. It chew me out. Surfing. Yeah, but then I think people can get that mixed up with like other things. Do you mean like because playing video games would not be in that same category, would it? Because
no,
if you're
with
playing
video games,
Doom and
no, but there's other studies
the
that have done that, like it affects different areas of your brain,
Yeah.
and your amygdala and whatnot. It doesn't let you rest.
Yeah, that's what I thought it wouldn't, because it's the noises that the running around, the trying to kill someone or trying not to get hit in Mortal Kombat or something like that. So no, but I enjoy sometimes just painting or something like that.
Can you talk a little bit about Aboriginal
art? Just about what the back.
Just what it is for people that don't know.
Oh, so Aboriginal art is just, I guess we paint a lot of traditional animals which are here in Australia: kangaroos, goannas, whatever you like. Do you mean? But then we may do it in a dot form. So we'll have a bit of paint there, and we'll have just like a stick or nearly some people sometimes real traditional. I use a chopstick.
So, oh yeah,
yeah, it works perfect. And so it's just sort of dip in the paint, one dot, dip in the paint, next dot, dip in the paint, next dot. You just continue on like that until you have a bit of artwork, and it does take a lot of time, but for some reason it's really rewarding in that as well. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any MMA boxing movies that you love?
Me?
Yes.
I haven't. I can't say I've liked any MMA movies. There's a few out there. I can't say I've liked any of them. They're
yeah, I can't. There's
Never Back Down. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, sorry. No, I don't like MMA movies. There's plenty of great boxing movies. Plenty of great ones. $1 Million Baby.
Really that's such a fucking sad film.
Yeah.
Here comes Mr. fucking Happiness Pill.
Sorry, but it's a great film. It's a really good film.
The
Rocky. Obviously, everyone likes the Rockies. There was another one about the two Mexican brothers. And their dad trained them. I can't remember the name of that now. Or was it three? It was the three Mexican brothers, and their dad trained them in the backyard. That was a really good movie. But no, sorry. But on MMA movies,
$1 Million Baby is $1 Million Baby. This is what I think makes it a spectacular film. It's when it's transferable. So it's a boxing film, but you can watch it with your wife. You can watch it with your mum, and it cuts across. It transfers into different levels of emotion that other people can join in. You don't have to be like wear Ed Hardy shirts and have tattoos on your fucking arm about koi Japanese fighting koi fish or something. Like anyone can watch it. My mum can watch $1 Million Baby, and I think that's the big difference.
What's the one with Russell Crowe?
Look it up, man. Don't be shy. Oh, Cinderella Man.
Yes. Now that's
another good film.
That is a very good movie. So anyone who hasn't watched that, go out and watch Cinderella Man. That's probably that's one of my all-time favorite films, let alone boxing films. So yeah.
Thick Jesus, any tips on dealing with a rectal hemorrhoid? I'm pretty sure, mate, you can just get creams for that. So yeah.
How sure?
I'm pretty sure you could. Like, I think from my understanding, it's just a hemorrhage. Stainless stove, Australian, $5. My dad's been pretty constipated recently, Fab, so I put a Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom that plays you saying he's a big guy, love the podcast. I'll recommend prunes for your dad, which are basically dried. Sorry?
Pawpaw and papaya.
Yeah, there you go. Basically, it's a dried European plum that you can use. That would probably help with your dad's fiber intake more so than my voice, but I appreciate that. It's kind of weird, but sexy as well. So thank you, sir. Randy, laugh out loud at stainless stove. Thank you, Randy, for egging him on. Mitchell Robert, send money. Fab also saves baby koalas. Hey, this is true. You could see that on my Instagram. I did save a koala, man. I did save. Did you know about that? No, I saved a koala, man. There was crossing the road up on Appen Road.
Oh, yep.
And it was there, and I was just stopped the car and got it across the road, mate. And the koala went on to fight another day. So there you go. Thank you very much, Stainless Stove. Really appreciate it. And Jason Andrés Vallejo Calderón. Hola, desde Colombia. Hola, Jason. Muchas gracias por estar acá con nosotros y mirar las peleas. Lo apreciamos mucho. Y un beso y un abrazo ahí a toda la gente colombiana, latinoamericana. Muchas gracias. And that's interesting. I play my guitar badly and it resets my brain. It absolutely would. How bad I play the guitar, however, would not reset anyone's brain. It'd probably just stress me out. But yeah, no, that all that kind of stuff helps. Yeah. Randy, hello everyone. Love this podcast. You and Eli do the best commentary. Thank you, Randy. Thank you so much for supporting. Yeah. Who has Hamzat beat? I just saw that. Who said that? Who has Hamzat beat? That's the thing. Having said that, though, we are gonna. I believe the guy named, which I'm going to talk about more when we do a breakdown closer to this fight. But there is a guy that he did beat, and I believe his name's off the top of my head. I think it's Ikram, and he was world, European, and Russian Sambo champion, and he's undefeated other than his loss to Hamzat. So I've got to find the guy's name right now.
And I don't think it's so much on who he's beat; it's how he's beat him. That's been the impressive thing. I think everyone's asked that question: who's he beat? But it's it's how's he beat him in impressive fashion. So that's how come the hype is coming.
But do you think that if you had put, let's say, Leon Edwards up against all the people that he has fought, that Leon wouldn't have smashed him the same way?
He could have.
Maybe
he could have.
Because Leon has some big wins like that, and he was 9-0 and whatnot at the start of his career.
Yeah, well, that's what's interesting that Leon's came out and said, I've been there, I've done this, I've been the hype. Do you know what I mean? And he knows how to get through past that. So let's see.
Yeah, the guy's name is Ikram Aliskerov, and that guy is undefeated. He probably will be in the UFC at some point very soon. He was undefeated. That fight was a middleweight. He fought. They fought at middleweight. They were both undefeated. Hamzat hit him with an uppercut, knocked him out. And, it was interesting that he couldn't get Ikram down. They tussled, they wrestled. And I think that guy is when he gets to the UFC, he's going to do very, very well. The thing that was very interesting I found was Hamzat couldn't get him down. And then they were forced to stand up and strike. But neither one of their striking was as good as Leon's. But the problem is, I don't know if Leon can stop Hamzat from getting him down. That's the question. Having said that, that's the guy who I think is Ikram is Hamzat's best win, if you ask me. But that's me. Who the fuck am I? Thoughts, Eli?
No, I've already. Yeah. That's how he's got the wins. That's made him impressive. So, yeah.
Okay.
No,
The
no.
White Wolf says, "Hey Fab, what are the best pre, during, post workout drink or brands that is UFC legal? Musashi isn't sold to the USA."
Mm.
I don't know. You know, I'm not a big, I'm not big on that, on any of that stuff. Like, coffee is the thing that works the best for me. If I were to take a pre workout, I don't like putting stuff in my body that's not good for you. You know, I think that the best thing you can do is eat as well as you possibly can the whole time, and make sure that you get the right nutrients in after you eat. Have a good source of carbohydrates, a good source of fats, good source of proteins. Um, I think that that's much better than putting stimulants and shit into your body, you know, because you, like I was talking about earlier, your body has homeostasis, and it's like an equation in maths. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. If you take stimulants are going to affect your adrenal glands, are going to affect your cortisol levels. It's going to affect your amygdala. And for some people, it's going to be worse than others. You know, some people may not affect them yet. Also, with stimulants of that nature, even coffee, you're still it's the diuretics. You have to make sure you're getting enough water in. Coffee is not that bad, but like that other concentrated type of pre-workouts, I don't recommend them. So I wouldn't really recommend anything unless they paid me. Any your thoughts on any of it?
I'd take some sometimes to get through a training session or just to.
What do you take and how does it feel?
I'd take the Musashi one just because it's not real hectic. There's some ones out there. I remember back in the day when they had like the Jack 3Ds, and there was one, Dorian Yates. He brought out one time. It would have been highly illegal in, do you know what I mean, just to sell, let alone in any professional sports. They used to come in satchels, and you were meant to take one satchel for a workout. I would take like a quarter of a satchel, share it with my mate. He would take a quarter, and would go there, and you just, but the down effects of it, like it was bad. You'd leave the gym and be driving home, and this car following us, and you'd be freaking out about the car behind you the whole time.
What do you think you were taking?
It was crazy. The Dorian Yates one, that was hectic. So now, I just I'll have like half a scoop of a Musashi one because I don't drink coffee, so for the caffeine. I think a lot of the ones in Australia now, they don't have all the extra ones that I guess they're illegal here now. So you can still buy the hectic ones in the US and that. I think Mexico, I'm definitely sure you could get some good ones there. But yeah, I do it for a little bit of the caffeine hit because I just can't stand coffee. So
I love coffee, but I don't drink it.
It gives me that bit of a caffeine hit beforehand. I don't go anything too crazy because I have a big down afterwards. You'll go and train really well, but then afterwards you just flatline and you just don't want to move and you don't feel well. So I agree with the food, eating good food, and then hydration. I'm huge on like any workout, just making sure you're keeping them fluids up. So, and before a workout and during the workout, and then after. Yeah, but I hate like in summer training jiu-jitsu, and then you're like super dehydrated, and you go drink so much water afterwards, and then you're just up all night pissing.
Man, that used to happen to me, and
all the time.
The thing is, for those people that don't know, like if you train jiu-jitsu here in Australia in the summer,
in
Western Sydney, you honestly, and you can look this up if you do Fahrenheit, but we get days out west where it's 48 degrees Celsius, no aircon, because they're usually, the gyms are in big industrial centers, and so it's like you're out there, man, in the elements. 48, like that's close to 50 degrees.
Yeah,
and in the room, it's probably 50 degrees.
You've sort of got to learn to grapple and swim at the same time.
Yeah. And if you're taking like anything like coffee or whatever, you finish that session, it will take you hours to get rehydrated.
Yeah,
like hours and hours. Like you'll have to drink. You can't just drink solid water. You have to drink like hydrolyte and different things. And that's session one. You know, if you're doing like 2 or 3 sessions and you're not getting your fluids back in and you're drinking coffee, you're fucked. By the end of the day, you'll be fucked. And then if you're not hydrated and you don't sleep properly, blah blah blah, it leads to injuries. You know, so it's the heat is real. You know.
Yeah.
One of the guys says they ask a question. Is there anything you find annoying in MMA, like diving in soccer, football, or when tennis players scream when hitting the ball?
Myself, I don't know. Sometimes I think some low blows, people are looking for a bit of a rest and that, but it's hard to say because you can get clean hit in the bean bags and it doesn't really affect you much, and sometimes only a nick can like wound you bad. So it's you got to take their word for it, I guess. But there's ones that are obvious. Sometimes it gets them on. Again, it looks like it gets them on the inside of the thigh, but I don't know how big that.
You mean if it clipped you?
Yeah, and that's it. If it clipped it on the way, it hurts. So, not the scoring system, probably.
For me, I think it's a subjectivity of the rankings. I don't like, say, for example, I'd rather watch the Chicago Bulls play in the finals against the least popular team in the league and watch the two best teams play rather than like which team has the most followers. They're going to get the shot at the title irrespective of what happened all season.
Yeah.
That's me. That's the thing I don't like about MMA. But yeah, who you guys got in the main event? Eli?
Deiveson.
I was with Deiveson. I think if Deiveson doesn't get him out of there early, I'm going to go with Perez.
I think Deiveson's going to skittle him.
No need. Okay, thoughts on the UFC. Thoughts on the UFC rankings. Do you think they should get rid of them? Seems guys are too worried about losing that number and cause a lot of fights to be turned down and missed. Well, if the rankings worked how they worked and it wasn't subjective, then fighters wouldn't be able to turn down fights.
Yeah, if they had an actual scoring system, or you earned a certain amount of points and you moved up. And
but because
it was mandatories and
it's subjective, like you don't want to, you can turn down fights and you don't want to because you have a guy, say for example, Conor, he doesn't have to fight anyone for 4 years and he can fight the number one contender. Now I understand because the UFC is an entertainment industry and Conor's playing the game. So I'm not hating on him for that. I'm just saying you can understand how a guy that's won 7 in a row in that division, like a Charles Oliveira, and now he can't get a fucking fight in the top 3 or 4. Of course, so if there was proper rankings, then you wouldn't have that problem. I think it's not getting rid of them. I think it's overhauling them and understanding what are we doing. But I think in reality, the UFC wants it to be an entertainment business, which I haven't got nothing against that. That's what it is. They do a fantastic job of doing that. And they're the only fight organization that you can actually do a fight companion and do what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because if we do it for something else, you wouldn't be able to. So that's what it is. White Wolf, thanks for the answer. So does Rob just have a really awesome diet? No help from anything, not hinting at steroid. Rob's my favorite fighter study right now. Just want to maximize my workout. I can't really speak on that, man. Like I worked with Rob, so ironically, it's kind of like what do you call it? Confidentiality agreement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, he looked after what he did, and like I think I can't talk about Rob, but I'm going to say in general, like if you do if you build a house, man, you need bricks and you need the foundations to be good. Then you can start to put solar panels on the roof and what else, But if you eat correctly, don't drink alcohol, don't go crazy with caffeinated drinks, get the right amount of sleep, you'll find that, man, that's going to take your level very, 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 very high. Sorry, guys, we're about to start. You're going to say something?
No, it's just interesting. Craig is, very, I don't know, he's trying to be very staunch before this fight. Shogun's not really showing him any interest at all.
I don't understand why he did that.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Bruce Buffer sort of had to get between him so he couldn't walk over there. Shogun couldn't.
He did that in the weigh-ins too.
Did he? Yeah, he was really intense.
Do you really think that you're going to scare him?
Yeah, I know. Fuck.
Like, you might beat him in a fight, but do you really think you're going to intimidate Shogun?
Yeah.
He's fought everyone. He fought, apparently when he was much younger, he fought Vanderlei for a dog, for a pit bull. He used to breed pit bull pups, did Shogun, and Vanderlei wanted one and they fought for it. And they're mates.
Yeah.
And they proper fought for it. And Vanderlei's got the dog.
That's gold. Vanderlei got it.
Vanderlei's got the dog.
There you go.
That's how you got to be with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're about to start. We're off. Paul Craig with an inside leg kick. Both guys standing conventional stance. He goes up high. good, nice push kick by Craig, but Hua's taking the center of the cage. Inside leg kick by Hua. Shin clash by both of them. I think Hua's going to explode here. I think a left hook, big left hook's coming from Hua. Inside leg kick from Hua, holding the center of the cage. Inside a body kick by Paul Craig. I don't think Hua is intimidated by the antics from earlier on.
No, they both have a similar Muay Thai stance, but I feel like Shogun's just a bit quicker, a bit more explosive.
Yeah.
By Craig's punches come a little bit slower.
Threw a right hand but missed, did Craig. Hua's holding the center of the cage.
But saying that, these big guys.
Yep. Just missed on that combination. Did Hua hit him with that left hook? Paul Craig's pulling his chin straight back, and I think Hua's seen this. I think that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to hit him with that left hook, and he did. He did hit him with the left hook already. Inside leg kick by Craig, jabs from Hua, and now he's holding the center of the octagon. Is Craig? Is Hua? Craig's all the way back. Takedown, very nice takedown by Craig, and he's almost in half guard of Hua. Very nice.
Yeah, this
very
nice.
Is
where I think the key for Craig to win would be to get Hua on his back.
But so he's got shoulder pressure, but Hua's going for a sweep in here.
Well, he needs to throw some strikes.
Deep half. He's going deep half is Hua, but the problem is he's in far enough, so I think he's going to get this sweep. He's in deep half. Craig's trying to land some ground and pound, but it's hard because he's not here. When you're in deep half like this against someone like Hua, you can't really get the equilibrium and the balance. And so he's got the single leg, does Hua. Craig defends it. He's got a front headlocks, throwing knees into Hua's head. Very good work by Craig, actually. Arm drag is an arm drag attempt here by Hua to get out. Paul Craig could be going for an anaconda here. He's throwing the knees now, hand on the ground by Hua. And it looks like Paul Craig is going for this anaconda. I don't know that he's going to get it. Hua's very savvy on the ground. He might have it. He might just have it. No, he doesn't have it now. And Hua's still in that deep half. That arm is very deep in on that whizzer, and it's deep enough that he can go for that anaconda again. But Hua's very savvy, I think, and especially early on in the fight where he isn't gassed, he's not tired. He knows what to do here, and he's got that half guard, and he's going to get up, and he did a knee thrown by Craig, and he misses. Hua looks like he did take some damage, and it did take a bit of a toll on him getting out of there.
Yeah.
Another takedown attempt by Craig, and they're up against the cage, and he gets it again.
Craig, very nice.
Very nice. This is the problem as well. If you get the takedown on someone, then it's hard for them. If they defend your takedown, then it's easier for you. I mean, it's easier for them. He's got it back. He's got one hook in on Hua. Hua's up. He's going to reverse it. He reversed the position. This is what I don't like with Craig. Craig gets put on his back, and he does not scramble from there. Granted, he has great jiu-jitsu, but I'd like to see him scramble from there.
Yeah, you can't.
Shoulder pressure from Hua in the half guard. A lockdown attempt by Craig. He does have the leg there for the lockdown. He's got long legs, so this can help him a lot.
The chances of winning an MMA fight from the bottom are very slim.
Unless you're very good jiu-jitsu.
And they have very poor jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. But otherwise, no. When you compare things, everything's got to be... Is he going for a banana split? He's going for a banana split. He's going for a banana split with Hua.
You might want to explain that.
The banana split is held from a lockdown position, which he has, but Hua's out of it now. Out of it. It's still not a good position for Hua here. He's open to other things, but Craig seems like now he's kind of in a bad position for himself here. But he can get this sweep. He can finish his sweep, and he can go back to the banana split. Hua's not in a good position here. He's also susceptible to leg blocks from this position, but Hua got his other leg free. He got his other leg free from the lockdown. Not a good position for Hua, but
lucky he has that backup against the cage.
Yeah, if the cage wasn't there, it'd be a different story. Now Hua's gotten his leg free. He's still in the lockdown position. The problem with the lockdown is that they can extend you. You either want to come all the way back and sit on the legs, which is kind of what Hua's doing a little bit now, or create a lot of shoulder pressure going forward. But now Hua's landing some ground and pound from the top. I don't like that from Craig, though. I feel like he kind of got a sweep there, but Hua had Hua seems to have hurt his arm too, his right arm. That's the end of the round. I feel that Craig had that in the bag.
Yeah, into that sweep.
And then, he got swept.
I still think he won that first round.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I don't know how the judges would have seen it because he finished on his back at the start of the first, like at the end of the first. It's not what I think. So I think he won that round, but I don't know how that makes himself look in the eyes of the judges. And I think he wasted a lot of energy being on his back, going for those sweeps. I would have liked him to have struggled a little bit more. Nice though. Nice takedowns by Paul Craig. Nice. I feel like Paul Craig does 4 moves where there could have been 2.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if you're having a conversation with him, he's an over-explainer. He just sits explaining the whole thing to him. Very, very good. And we're about to start, guys. I think he's very good. I just think where it starts second round. See, to me, he won that first round, but you don't know.
Yeah.
So he's throwing oblique kicks to Shogun's lead leg. Shogun stepping in, shaking out his arms. So there's a lot of effort has gone into that first round for Shogun. You can tell it's affecting his legs. And now there's oblique kicks by Craig to Shogun's leg. Shogun paused with a left hook. Craig moves back and throws like a kind of upwards jab.
They both look a little bit worn, don't they?
They do. That's what I mean. Like overhand right, hit him with that left hook. He did hit him with that left hook. He can't
keep his chin up like that. He
No.
will get sad.
That's where I see him getting hit with that left hook by Shogun.
Because he's going back and then he's just trying to take his head out of that range, which is super dangerous.
But Shogun looks like he hasn't got the pop left to do that. He's throwing very kind of slow right hands. It surprises me, though. It looks like Paul has used a lot of energy in that first round as well. And it could be similar to their first fight here.
Yeah.
Shogun is, I believe, trying to get the measure for that left hook again, trying to find a home and conserving his energy. He's looking good, though. He's looking very good. They both exchange jabs. Teep kick by Craig, and Shogun's backing him up. I think Shogun's backing him up and getting that right hand by Shogun glances off the top of Craig's head. Well, another big right hand by Shogun. Oh, and Craig drops his level for a double leg.
Shogun he didn't have the power then, but to power through, did he?
I don't think that Shogun has the power now to stop him with those shots.
But I was saying even Craig with that takedown, he did change that level, but he didn't have the power to shoot across and really put in that effort.
And Shogun's defending. Now he's down. He's got his hands still holding him up. Let's see if he can get off that elbow, Shogun, and put your hand down. Now Paul Craig has taken Shogun's back. I think he's looking. He's got both hooks in. This is a very strong position. Shogun's very savvy, but Paul Craig's very, very good on the ground. Shogun's looking to get Paul Craig's hook off him, and now the scramble happens. He's got him in like a kind of headlock, throws a knee and a left hook over the top, goes for the takedown again, does Craig. Shogun defending here.
Needs to fight for them underhooks, doesn't he?
But Craig has very bad head position. Like his head's down and his head's lower than the rest of his neck and everything. Now he's improved his head position. He's pushing Shogun's head up against the cage. And he's going for that single leg now. I don't think he's going to get this takedown on Shogun. And now we're going to start to see, if he can't get this takedown, I believe that he's going to start to fatigue as well.
He'd be very tired at this stage.
Good defense by Shogun. He's switched. Now Shogun's got the butt scoop. He's got him down. Shogun's got to get up. He's going for the wrist control on the far arm. Is Paul Craig.
Wasn't really much urgency.
No, here Shogun. If he can't get out, he could get finished here. He could get finished if he can't get out. There's 1 minute 44 seconds. Plenty of time for Craig to do some effective ground and pound here that could finish the fight. So he's got both hooks in. He's got Shogun flattened out. This is the fight. Shogun's not going to escape this. He's not going to escape. He's not going to escape this. He cannot intelligently defend himself. He hasn't got the gas to get up. It's over. He's tapped out. I don't want to see Shogun fight anymore.
No, that was sorry.
I love Shogun, man. I love Shogun. I don't want to see it anymore. That's me, man.
He was fatigued. That's all it was.
Yeah.
For that takedown, he just could not defend it anymore. He was just fatigued, out of breath, had no energy. Craig didn't look much better.
I don't know, man. That made me sad, to be honest with you.
It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's what it is, but yeah, I can't say I enjoyed that fight.
No, I don't like.
And it wasn't. It was just I feel a sloppy and unmotivated performance from Shogun. I don't know. No one looked good in that fight. I don't feel.
That was sad.
That was halfway through the second round, and they were both super fatigued after the first round. Yeah, and I just feel like Shogun was just more fatigued. He didn't want to defend that takedown. He sort of gave into it. Yeah,
that was sad.
Shogun had only lost one fight in the last 5 years before that.
Yeah, but I don't think that he aged well, dude.
No,
I don't think that he. Well, man, he aged well comparatively, but
yeah, no, but I know it. Yeah,
yeah, I don't want to see that anymore, please. I don't like to see legends like that. Sub tens in. Good to see you, boys. Why didn't you buy a clock from the $100 donation? We did, but like I said before, Eli was out all night working as a fiery, and he couldn't bring it today. But we did, man. We did. Thank you.
Yes, I finished shift this morning. I came down straight down here, so I don't live down here. And
no, he lives about an hour and a half away.
Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, straight off shift and straight here.
Mike Perry knows the UFC won't cut him over the weight cut mishap. He's in the embedded and brings views more than the main event. Also, he didn't want to be in the tax bracket, and he's slowly moving up to.
I do agree with people want to watch him, and he is very marketable in that, but yeah, you can't go missing weight.
Nah. No need. At Range TV, forgot to mention Ferguson versus Oliveira is booked. Yes, it is. We did a short clip that's going to be up very soon. Please watch it, like, and subscribe, and press the little bell thing so that you get the notifications. Middleweight to fight Darren. He's saying he's going up to, and he's slowly moving up to to middleweight to fight Darren. He's saying welterweight is too much cut. I don't know if he's.
Has he came out and said that after he's missed weight?
I don't know.
That shows that he's not even interested in this fight. Then.
I don't know. I can't speak to what Mike Perry is thinking.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking.
I don't think Mike Perry knows what he's thinking.
Can you tell us what time you guys have so I can sync it with my stream? Yes, sir. Yes, I can. What have we got here? Thank God for Grange TV from Pop Buddha. Thank you, sir. I don't know if it was divine intervention or what that made us start this podcast, but we are doing our best. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for supporting. If you guys didn't watch, then we couldn't do it. And if you guys didn't support, then we couldn't do it. Okay. Cardiogenetic thing. It's almost unbelievable to watch the pace at which guys like Tony, Max, and Khabib fight. Everything's genetics, but everything's what you do with those genetics. You know what I mean? Like a Ferrari's always going to beat a Barina, but if you get a Ferrari and you don't service it and you leave it out in the rain and you don't look after it, you never change your tires, and you get a Barina and you look after it and you do everything you have to do, the Ferrari's got 4 busted wheels, the Barina will probably beat it. So yeah, it's genetic to a certain degree, of course, but it's what you do with those genes that I think is the most important thing.
And it doesn't mean so you could have terrible genetics, but still work on that. Do you mean to be better?
Yeah, you can. Of course, you can.
It doesn't mean that's what you're stuck with.
Yeah, but you're comparing when you compare the guys that win the Olympic gold medal, that guy's got great genetics and trained his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's the other thing is there's probably a lot of stuff that a lot of other guys, and I can tell you this just from being around them, that they're not doing. Like top 10 guys, there's a big difference between the guys that go, stop, hold on for a second. I'm going to do everything right. and the guys that go, I'm happy here, I'm just going to do what's good. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between those two. And it's not genetics. You know what I mean? In that upper echelon, they're all gifted. You know what I mean? It's just what they do. No, you're right, Chili Miners. The left hooks didn't. But you could see he was open for him and he was getting hit. I don't know how Paul Craig will do against younger guys that are seeing that. Fab, who is that dude in that Asian picture behind Eli? That's a guy. He donated money for the clock. So yeah, that's who that is. He donated money for the clock. Hopefully he turns up here. We have the clock. We just didn't bring it today. Eli was out saving lives. It's about body types, like Conor McGregor uses his genetics to his advantage. Genetics is not just your body type, dude. It's how you're wired. It's the whole nine. You know what I mean? Everyone should use their genetics to their advantage. Conor's very good. He does a lot of good things right, but I think people get mixed up with what also genetics is. You know, what are your betting odds on the Hamzat versus Leon fight? I'm rooting for England. I don't know what the betting odds are. I imagine Hamzat will be the favorite. He's got more followers, but
I don't know if he will be favorite.
I'm almost guarantee you he'll be favorite.
Yeah,
yeah, just because a lot of people bet on him, and that changes the odds.
Yeah,
but I don't see him as a favorite. Do you know what I mean? Me personally,
yeah, I don't see him as being the favorite.
Like as far as that is concerned, if too many people bet on him, I might put some money on Leon because I think he's a good bet.
Okay.
But I don't think I think he would be the favorite just from how many followers he has. Yes, he is the guy that gave the money. On an abandoned island with just yourselves and one UFC fighter, which UFC fighter do you think would resort to eating you the fastest? Derek Lewis. who you think?
Can't argue with that.
Derek Lewis, maybe Mark. He's not in the UFC anymore. So just with UFC fighters, any of those heavyweights, man.
Yeah.
Any of those heavyweights, or one of those crazy little flyweights. You know what I mean? Like, because they're usually like, I find them to be like kind of crazy, and they've always been little, and they've got. So if I was on there with a flyweight, I'd befriend him and then kill him because you can't trust him. But the heavyweights, it'd be Derek Lewis would try to eat us, I think, for sure.
But he'd do it in a nice way, I feel.
Who, Derek?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'd saute you and everything.
He'd just tell you like, sorry, this is how it's got to go.
Yeah. Could Conor train somehow to go for a solid 5 rounds or 12 in boxing? I think it depends who you're fighting, how you're fighting. I don't think Conor's unfit. I think pacing has a lot to do with it, and I think Conor, just how he is he's a big, strong guy for those divisions that he fights in, and he comes out to hurt you, to take your head off in those early rounds. I didn't think that he had a cardio problem in the Khabib fight, but Khabib put it on him in that, and it showed that Conor's cardio, in my opinion, was good in that he was able to survive that because Khabib took him down and had him down. It's not like Conor got back up. Khabib had him down. So there's a lot of work by Conor in Khabib's game, I think that some of the cardio issues that he had, I also don't think, like, when I say this, I'm going to say this and this is going to sound horrible. How do I say this? I think Conor's very, very, very good, but I think people expect him to be what the UFC presents him to be, which I don't think he's like far and away better than everyone and this and that and whatnot. I think he's a great fighter, but I don't think like that's what he is. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, no, I know. I do know what you mean, but I feel someone like Conor with the fame is also, there's a lot of distractions that have come.
Yes, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
So, and around them distractions means that like it's scheduled timing, or do you know what I mean? He like there's a lot more things that he needs to do. All right, well, I can't do this normal session, so I might just do a road run or something like that, which he's not getting the same effect that he would be getting out of that scheduled session that he had before. Because before he had all the time in the world when he was trying to be champ. Then when he became champ, he had no time at all. So that can also affect a lot of things.
That what you just said is something that I think if you speak to, any number of coaches or whatnot, even commentators, or even if you watch, say, if you watch the fighters, other than maybe Khabib or a few others in there, um, the excitement is when they're tearing their way through the division. You know, when they're going on their run up, because after that, it's not a lot of fighters that can handle all of that pressure. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All that pressure, and then things change, man. You go from like the other anomaly that occurs in MMA, boxing, I don't know, tennis, maybe tennis, a few of these individual sports, is that it's not a team. The fighter is the one that pays his coaches and everything. And so people learn very, very early on to either you agree with this guy or you're going to get fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a big, massive power struggle that occurs. You know what I mean? And it takes very, very, very special people not to get caught up in that. You know what I mean? Like otherwise, it's you know, it changes. There's a massive power struggle that occurs.
It'd be huge because, for example, if someone like Conor McGregor, who is busy as he is, making that option, do you know what I mean? I'm still going to do a session, but I'm just going to do my own little road run. You're not going to do a road run as hard as what you do as a session with a coach. Back in, do you know what I mean? Like this is the goal we're meeting.
Yeah, man, it's so different. It's exactly what you're saying, and then you'll have other people that are going to be okay with you because they want to keep their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good work, Conor.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Well,
hustle,
I don't want to
brother.
say Conor because I actually, I had the I'll just say this. I had the pleasure of going there way before he was famous. I have cousins in Ireland, and I trained there. And his coach John Kavanagh. This is before any of them had blown up. I had an opportunity to train there. Great people, you know, very knowledgeable. You know, he doesn't deserve like the way people shit on him sometimes. Oh, it's just because of Conor. Like he knows what he's talking about. He's a good coach, you know. Had the opportunity to be there and work there for about a month, you know. They won't remember me. It's more than 10 years ago. Probably about 12 years ago or something. Conor was like a kid, like at 19, 20 years old. But yeah, things change, Things change and they change real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're just using Conor as an example. I'm sure every single UFC champion there would be having the same issues. Every single UFC champion's coach would have to go through them issues and that as well. It's not easy to be able to just focus on training and not having all them other distractions, because when you become the champ, everyone wants a little bit of you. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's an interview or a sponsorship or do you know what I mean? You have a lot of commitments, and yeah, we really need to get your priorities right, I guess.
Not just that, like you were fighting, like 100% agree with you, but you were fighting at one stage for 30 and 30 and working and hoping to get there. And then you might be on a bigger contract now. You might not even have to fight. You might be on enough sponsorship money that you don't have to fight. So the intrinsic motivation to fight might not be there. You know, not everyone has that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not all fun and games. People don't understand that. Like, it really fucking hurts to get hit in the face. You know.
Yeah, well, there's been examples of that in the UFC. Was it Paige Van
Zandt?
Yeah. Well, she earns more money off her sponsorship and that than what she ever did fighting. And then Sage Northcott as well. I think he was something similar. He earned more money off, you know, doing advertisement and sponsorship and that than what he ever did off fighting. So when you have them other distractions, it's hard.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Oh, Tasman Andrews, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Fab, your interviews are always really great. How do you prepare for them? Thank you, man. Thank you for noticing. I don't even know if anyone watches them. How do I prepare for interviews? Honestly, a lot of the times, like I'm already a fan of the person that I'm going to interview, and it's just things that I really like. I really want to know about that person. Say for example, Burt Watson. Burt was someone like if I could have picked someone from the UFC to have a chat with or learn stuff from or whatever, it wasn't going to be any of the fighters or anything. It was going to be Burt because he's been around everyone. He worked with from like I think 1984 to 1998. He worked with every major boxer except Lennox Lewis. So he worked with Foreman on his comeback. He worked with fucking everyone. You know what I mean? And even before that, he worked with Sugar Ray Leonard. He worked with, he was Joe Frazier's manager. He like, do you know what I mean? Like, and he's been there for every big fight in the UFC, and then everything that he did in business, how he met Frazier. He was in fashion before it. Like when I see someone like that, I intrinsically, me as a human being who I am, I want to know about him. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. I just have that kind of curious, endearing stalker kind of personality where I'll just do the research on the person. You know, I'll read up on him. I'll look at their, Instagram, Facebook. I'll see what, sometimes you find what their kids are doing or whatever. And I just do the research on it. But a lot of the times it comes easy because it's something that I'm intrinsically motivated to know about, so it's easy. I really, really enjoy it, and I really, really like talking to people. And then once you do it enough times, like like what questions to ask. There's certain things that lead from this question to that question. The other thing is I was a teacher as well for about 15 years, so, and I would always do programs. Like that's how Eli and I met. Eli was in one of my programs, and people come in from all over Australia, whatever, for some of the programs we ran. And you'd always have to break the ice and talk and have a chat. And so you kind of know what questions to ask. We're about to start. I have Chookagian for this fight, people. We're off. Who do you got in this fight, Eli? Both girls in orthodox. Inside leg kick by Calvillo. She started off strong, but Chookagian looks a weight division above. Yeah, and she's holding the center of the octagon very well.
Well, she was a weight division above.
But she looks like she's 2 weight divisions above. Yeah. She looks like she's right now.
Come up now. She's come up a weight division. So
left hook landed by Calvillo. Nice. That was a nice left hook.
Yeah.
She kind of changed the level and then came in over the top with a nice left hook. Chookagian throws a kick straight into looking to hyperextend Calvillo's knee.
Yeah, so Calvillo's came up a weight division, yeah. She was in the strawweights, now come up to flyweight.
Yeah, but she looks a lot smaller.
Yeah, she does.
Leg kick landed by Calvillo. She throws a spinning fist by Calvillo.
Is this her first fight back from suspension as well, Calvillo?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I think it might be. Both girls exchange. Calvillo with a takedown. Nice work. Nice scramble by Chookagian. That's what I like to see that. You know what I mean? I really do. Like unless you got a tremendous guard where you're going to be attacking the moment you hit the deck, like, I don't know, like a Jacare or someone like that, you don't want to be on the ground like that. So Calvillo, I like this.
Calvillo's got really good. She does have good wrestling. She mixes it up very well. I think she was with Team Alpha Male down there. They all have pretty good wrestling. And now, after the issue, I guess she had, she's moved camps.
I don't know what was the issue.
Well, she got suspended for.
Okay.
Supplements.
No. I thought she had an issue with the actual team.
I'm not sure. Well, if you had supplement issues and then you've changed teams, maybe there was an issue there. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Detective Eli.
What I like that she does really well is she changes the levels. Like she changes the levels and throws like nice combinations, but you don't know if she's going for a takedown or she's going to come up with she's light on her feet too. I like the way she's moving. I like the way she's moving. She's got good hands. Chookagian's holding the center, throwing that jab. I'd like to see some more kicks and jabs from Calvillo from Chookagian.
Yeah.
To really use a range.
Yeah. That's what she needs to do is try to stay on that outside and use that range.
Yeah.
But does she have the speed?
She doesn't seem to have the speed.
It's a little bit slow, a little bit.
See, no offense to these girls, but when I look at Shevchenko in this division, I just see she's a killer.
Yep.
Takedown attempted by Calvillo. Chookagian sprawled on her and came up swinging. So now Chookagian is in the middle. The girls are fighting. They're not fighting at the fastest pace for flyweights, especially. Lead right hand by Chookagian taking on the gloves of Calvillo. Again, same thing. Chookagian's holding the center here. Calvillo's moving around. Not a lot of action here. Not a lot of action.
Nah, a lot of feint work, but
another left hook landed by Calvillo, but it hasn't got the power. It's not really gonna stop Chookagian. But see, an around like this, another exchange. Chookagian seems to pull straight back. Calvillo's having a little bit more success landing those shots. Who do you give this fight to so far, Eloy?
Oh, a minute and a half left to go in the round. I don't know.
Leg kick landed by Chookagian. Leg kick landed by Calvillo. Chookagian in the center of the octagon. Calvillo looking for it to explode in with another combination. She's been finding a home for the left hook. Chookagian can't find the home for one of her own. Pouring jab, and she lands an outside leg kick on Calvillo's inside leg kick. Not landed. Another left hook landed by Calvillo.
Sort of exchange left hook for left hook there.
Yeah. Calvillo kind of went for an outside reap takedown. Didn't happen. I like this right to the body that she's thrown because she's changing her level and then throws a left hook over the top. And you can't tell if she's going for that takedown or she's going for the punch. I like that she's doing that. Again, another home for the left hook. Side kick by Chookagian. Chookagian's kind of throwing one-offs. See that she does that right to the body, left hook. Chookagian's looking to change levels here.
Yeah, a lot of feints, and she hasn't really found her range yet. So the feints aren't really.
Yeah, they're not really
having that effect.
There's a cut on the bridge of Calvillo's nose, though.
Yeah.
Teep kick landed by Chookagian. I don't know how those kicks, because she's landed a few of them. I don't know how they're going to take their toll later in the rounds. There's 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can't score that.
It was kind of uneventful round, and maybe Calvillo. I don't know.
Yeah, very hard round to score.
I don't know who wins that one. What do you think?
No, tough one to score. I would give it a draw.
Can I offer you another tea?
No, I'm good.
Green
Thank
tea?
you. Thank you.
I know that you're doing it hard. I know. Guys, please send some love to Eli, man. This guy come off night shift saving Sydney streets, man. So send some love to him. We sleep under the blanket of freedom which he provides. Thank you, Eli.
My job. I actually get paid to do it.
Ewan Ferguson says, every Saturday you guys make the night shift easy. Thank you, man, and thank you for watching. What do you do, Ewan? What work do you do? And thank you for helping out, man, and thank you. Honestly, really, really helps out. Anything that you guys can donate makes it easier for my daughter to eat. So we're off, guys. The second round of another one of these girls. So Chookagian's looking here. Okay, Calvillo throws a right high kick, but they're missing. A lot of the punches and the kicks are missing from both girls, really, for the most part.
Yeah. And if they are landing, they're not significant. Significant strikes.
You know what I find is like Chookagian's a longer, taller one here.
Yep.
And she's fighting just outside of her range.
Yeah.
And so Calvillo doesn't hit her either.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so Chookagian's fighting outside of her own range. So Calvillo, who's much shorter, has to cut a lot of distance to hit her.
This is actually a frustrating fight to watch.
Yeah.
On that, and then the amount of feints. Like, if you're not hitting the person, the feints don't have the same effect.
And I feel that Chookagian backs her up, but then she keeps stepping to the left, and she keeps stepping to the left, so she doesn't cut Calvillo off.
Yep.
And Calvillo's able to get up off the cage, and so she's doing this work to get her up, and then look, she steps to the left, and Calvillo just circles away. And then sometimes she walks straight into Calvillo's left hook. So I don't see either one of these girls beating Shevchenko.
Oh, no. They're on a whole nother level.
And
Level.
Left hook landed by Calvillo.
Just technically, power-wise, explosiveness. Yeah.
See, I can't score this fight.
No, because there are so many punches missing, so many feints. So it makes it very difficult. There's a lot of movement, but not many significant strikes. There is not much landing, and they're throwing a lot. Difficult, very difficult fight to score. I wouldn't want to be a judge. I think someone needs to try to get in this range and mix things up a little bit. Because this is going to be one of them fights that someone's going to be upset they didn't get the win if it continues on this way.
I think if it continues the way that it's going, to be honest with you, I don't think that either girl can be upset with the
decision.
With the decision, because it's a rinse repeat of what's happening. Like it's the whole time it's the same combinations, and it's really hard to get behind it, you know. Again, so they're holding the center of the octagon is Chookagian. There's a minute 50 seconds to go. They exchanged left and right. There's a lot of damage seems to be on Calvillo, but a lot of people can get damaged. You know what I mean? It depends.
I think the only thing that
Chookagian
has hit her with is that jab. She has got her a little bit with that jab. Nothing too serious, but just flicked it out a couple of times and got her with it. But it's 1 out of 20 jabs that she throws is really because she has a huge advantage with the reach, but can't seem to utilize it as much as what you would think she'd be able to. She hasn't been able to find a home for any of them punches or found her range.
When I answer a question here, a guy says, Chase Dover says, Fab, do you think fighters smoking weed helps or hurts the fighter? I've been watching Izzy smoke and he's nearly a perfect fighter. My opinion with stuff like that, I think it depends on the person. Like I wouldn't watch any of the guys. I used to watch like Rob when he was young would have Tim Tams in between rounds. And if I have Tim Tams in between rounds, I'm either going to throw up or shit myself. I don't think you can watch what guys that are real outliers are doing, because if Izzy didn't smoke pot, he'd still do the fantastic things he does. Maybe it helps with his anxiety. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I don't think the marijuana is the worst drug in the world, like people, you know, like it was thought as well. But I don't think that it's something that like it should be treated like in the same breath as bananas are. You know what I mean? End of the round.
I think it's one of them drugs as well. It's similar to like caffeine or something. It affects people in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you mean caffeine? Some people can't have it, and other people could drink 10 coffees a day. So
I agree 100% with what Eli said. The other thing is you got to also understand that one, what Eli said is 100% spot on, and also because marijuana has been illegal everywhere for so long, there hasn't been enough longitudinal studies done to really give you the benefits of marijuana and also the negatives of marijuana. But I don't think it should be illegal, like any more than if alcohol's legal and some of the over-the-counter stuff, I don't think marijuana should be illegal. But having said that, I would be very, very hesitant to just tell anyone, there, go smoke and smoke the way you're watching some guys that are physical outliers thing. Like I got a mate of mine, he can drink 20 beers and go surfing. If I drink 20 beers and go surfing, I'm fucking dead. I'm going to drown. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, you can't. It's exactly like what Eli said with the caffeine. So we're off the third round in this blockbuster killing fight.
How do you have it, fam? Who do you have?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to give this a terrible draw if it continues this way. Sorry, girls. I'm sure you worked very hard to get there and you're just doing a lot better than me. But just hasn't been very eventful.
Now they seem to have come out
but again,
with a little bit of fire.
A lot of energy, but still a lot not really hitting.
And it is that, it's Chookagian. She's outside of her own range. You know, she's not
faint throw. Misses.
Like on the subject of someone like Israel will have you in his range.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Where he can hit you, but you can't hit him. Chookagian is just outside of that range, so she can't hit the other girl either. Calvillo, and then she hits her one. you know, like it's not. It's actually kind of smart on her part, but it's not pretty because Calvillo can't really get inside to do proper damage.
Yep.
But even then, Calvillo is landing that left hook when she does get inside. There's 3 minutes 40 seconds to go. No, I don't see that there's any end in sight to stop this madness. I don't predict a finish here. I predict that these girls are going to continue like this for another 3 minutes. Another shot landed. I'm not criticizing them as in like I'm not bagging them, but I don't think that this was a good matchup. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm bagging them a little bit. I'm bagging the fight, not so much them. Sorry.
Yeah,
so that can happen.
That's what I mean.
It can be a game of football. The two best teams in the world, and it's just not an eventful game of football. These girls could be the two best fighters in the world, and this fight just hasn't been very eventful. They haven't really found their range or a home for any of their weapons. They're still, do you know what I mean? They've got plenty of energy and they're working, you know what I mean? There's a lot of feints, a lot of movement in that,
but they're both, it's just outside of the range, eh?
Missing so much.
Yeah.
Oh, this is round 3, 2.5 minutes in, and you're throwing
it's
that
gonna
jab
get
and
worse.
you're still missing by, do you know what I mean, a good 10 to 15 centimeters. Oh.
So
they're like this. They're like this. They both. Yeah. They're just staying that far apart from each other the whole time.
Can you bring Yo Romero onto the podcast? I'd love to have Yo Romero on the podcast. If you can contact Yo Romero, get him on the podcast.
Give him a text message.
I'll fucking have him on here.
Hit him up on Snapchat.
Calvillo is winning. She could well be, man. I can't score it. Don't ask me to score this one. Valeria, laugh out loud at the curious, endearing stalker. Laugh at, yes, I've been known as that many, many times. Scott, okay, I don't think we care.
Slip?
Yeah, I think it was a set. I do not think it was a. I don't think it was a. What's a Tim Ewan Ferguson? What's a Tim Tam? It's a chocolate biscuit. It's these like dairy milk chocolate biscuits. Like they're thick and rich and fucking like if you have 3 or 4 of them, you're full. You know what I mean? Like it's a chocolate biscuit.
They're famous here in Australia, and they're also famous for people who visit Australia on how much they like this biscuit.
Yeah, they're great, but they're very heavy. Rob used to have them in between rounds, and then like wash it down with we like in between rounds of sparring. But this is before we were working together, but I already knew him. You know what I mean? And he used to go and do jiu-jitsu rounds and drink like liters of Pepsi in between. So that's what I'm saying to you. Like he couldn't do this now, you know, but I couldn't have done that ever. You know what I mean? And so looking at people that are, when we started working together, I never said anything. I just watched him for a while, you know, and he came in before wrestling training one morning and he had a meat pie for breakfast just before he got on the mats, you know, and a service station meat pie, he washed it down with a can of Coke and then a pre-workout. You know, so if I did that, dude, I'd be fucking in hospital. Like I wouldn't even.
Nice home there, Calvillo with the 1-2. That's the most significant strikes of the night, I think. Very nice 1-2.
I can't score this one.
No.
It's an Aussie Chocky Bicky. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Very, very good.
King Carrot says, this fight makes me more drowsy than Indica. Ewan Ferguson, if I eat enough of them, will I become Bam Bam? If you're referring to Bam Bam's weight, so we don't make jokes about Bam Bam's weight on this podcast. That man is a national treasure. So, yeah, Rob sounds like a fatty back in the day. He wasn't fat. He was just, he could do it because, like I said, like genetically, he's an outlier. Like, so I don't know. I don't think if I smoked a lot of pot, I'm going to get a lot of things done. That's just my opinion, me personally. He wasn't a fat guy at all, dude. That guy was like watch his early fights, like what he lacked in skill, maybe Rob back in the day. Man, his physicality was fucking through the roof. His cardio was through the roof. He could still bang. He had still good striking coaches, you know, back then who he was working with and that with Henry and that. But he has, he was still raw, and the guy was like a fucking just a freak, but he was eating like
Here we go, Fab. The
whatever.
decision everyone's been waiting for.
The ref looks like he's fucking glad it's over. Ref, because Jesus Christ.
They both don't look too impressed either, the fighters. Calvillo looks very unimpressed.
They both do.
Someone has to win.
She's like, why did you fight just outside of my range?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no.
The kicks to the body, maybe?
I don't know. I can't say. I said I wasn't judging it. I'm not going to judge it. I don't know. That was I don't know if it was split or what it was. Congratulations to Chookagian. She looks untouched, unscathed, and it doesn't not exhausted either. Hugs all around, Bruce Buffer. No kind of social distancing whatsoever from Chookagian. That was probably the most exciting part of the fight, the lack of social distancing.
They were social distancing the whole fight. Now, after the fight, they're in range. What's going on? 1.5.
That's enough, guys. There was a lot of social distancing in the fight. Let's leave it at that. I don't know sport reactions. If it was a robbery, I wouldn't call it a robbery.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a robbery. Do you know what I mean? A robbery, you actually have to take something.
Yeah, that wasn't a robbery. That was just, Ewan Ferguson, I wouldn't dare insult Bam Bam. He could juice me into his shoe and drink it. Yeah, he's a big guy, mate, that Bam Bam, I'll tell you. Okay, so this fight like that, I wasn't impressed.
No. And there's just such a huge gap, a skill gap in that weight division from the champion to the rest.
Yeah, I wasn't. That fight kind of took the gem out of the donut, it lulled us into sleep.
Yeah. For an already tired
fireman.
Yeah.
He's a tired fireman, this man. Guys, send him some love, please. This guy is out saving the city streets, mate. Not a kitten was left in a tree overnight.
Not one.
I'm going to be back in a second. Look.
All right.
Do you want me to refill your tea?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
You sure? You don't need another
just gonna
hit of caffeine?
It's going to leave me here like Steven Glansberg. Fuck. I know some of the guys out there will know. Yeah, will know who Steven Glansberg is. He was a cool guy. Bam Bam is living with DC now. So, no, I think he was pre-COVID. He was over there doing some training and that with Daniel Cormier. And then I was actually listening to an interview with Daniel Cormier explaining about how funny of a guy Bam Bam was. And he was saying that, so he was staying in a room and that, and he's going, Bam Bam, like COVID's going to hit, you're going to have to go do some shopping and stock up on it because you're going to be stuck here in the long run. And for them who don't know, Bam Bam is Australian and lives in Australia, and he's over there with Daniel Cormier in Albuquerque, I think. No, not Albuquerque. So somewhere in the States. Then he was going to get stuck there. So, you know what I mean? In America, they're going to go into lockdown and it's going to be crazy and he needs to go buy supplies and that. And then it's just funny how he tells the story that Bam Bam goes out and he buys corned beef because that's what he likes to eat. Daniel Cormier just found it really interesting that's, you know what I mean? Growing up where he grew up out in Western Sydney, it's a little bit rough and that, and them type of meats, they're quite enjoyable. That and Devon. I don't know if the rest of the world has Devon, but Devon in Australia, it's the goods. I think it's like a mortadella in South America or in Brazil. It's a little bit like a mortadella. It's just pretty much all the terrible things that comes off a pig, mashed up, made like a huge sausage around this big, nice and big, and then you cut it in slices, put it on your sandwich with a bit of tomato sauce. Delish. So, yeah, Bam Bam was over there training, came home. He's got a family here in Australia, so he came home. Otherwise, he would have been stuck over there. That was pre-COVID. I'm not too sure what he's doing now, where he's going to go back over there and train with the guys. But, yeah, at that stage, I think the gym was already closed down. American kickboxing, and he was just training, with DC at DC's home gym. I was just explaining about how they were saying Bam Bam was training over there with DC, and he went and when they told him to stock up on food, he just went and bought a whole bunch of corned beef. And then I said the other big one is that Devon. Were you a Devon eater, Fab?
Nah.
Missing out, mate. Missing out.
No. I didn't have Devon or any of that stuff. Were you answering these things?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, someone just Bam Bam was living over. I just answered that one. So,
most badass fireman story so far, Eloy.
I fucking shit you not. We get calls to save birds out of trees. I do not fucking. I'm no lies. They'll be like, "There's a bird stuck in the tree." We go, all right, I'm fucking, there's some strange, man, there's just some, like yesterday we just rock up, you just have a whole bunch of crazy people, and crazy people love starting fires. So you have these people and they live in that huge hoarder's house. We had one yesterday and it was just this hoarder. You could not fit anything in there, and he just had shit stacked up everywhere in his yard and that. You rock up there and we go, oh, there's reports of a fire. He goes, no fire here. Motorbikes are going past and it must have been the smoke from them. And then you look in his yard and there's shit burning. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, what's this? And he's like, oh, that was last week. Do you know what I mean? So, no, there's every shift there's something eventful. But what was the most badass of the bad? I don't know. They're always like house fires are pretty badass.
But you've seen deaths and you've seen all that type of stuff.
Yeah, but that's not badass. I think like badass is when you get like there's a house fire, a couple of rooms like fully evolved and you get in there and put them out. Do you know what I mean? And like save half the house or something like that. I think that's badass. And it's not for the people who live there.
Yeah,
it sucks for them, but like that's a really good feeling being a firefighter and
saving something.
Because that's what you fight for, like saving things and that. And then same with car accidents. Like we've turned up some bad car accidents and just being able to assist in that. Because if you don't turn up, no one else does. If you're not there to help, they're like, there's not someone.
Yeah, that's it.
The firefighters aren't.
You're fire and rescue.
Yeah, fire and rescue. So it's not just firefighting; it's rescue as well. So, there's heaps of. But badass, I always think like fires, putting out a good house fire. Yeah, that's badass.
All right. Who you got, Perry or Tim Means?
I'm going to go Tim Means.
Why is that?
I just think Perry's going to be... But Tim Means, a little bit more straighter. He's going to throw some leg kicks and that. Perry's just going to look for that one punch, that crazy one punch. His cardio sometimes is very questionable. He didn't have to cut the weight, so maybe that was an issue with his cardio. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna go Tim Means.
They're both interesting characters. They've both been guests of Her Majesty's Palace, I believe, and I just think they got really cool stories. Both of them. I think that Tim Means a different level of evolution in his fighting career, though. He went to a decision with Masvidal, I believe, at lightweight. He fought Bernardo Treco, and beat him in Treco's debut. I think, and Tim Means, Perry has beaten some good guys too, but I think Means a little bit more serious.
I feel that as well, and he develops his game. Why?
I think Perry early could be Perry, but after 7 or 8 minutes, I think it'll be Means.
Yeah,
that's how I think.
Well, I just feel we know exactly what we're going to get out of Perry. Do you know what I mean? He's going to go in there and try to knock you out and be that wild man. Like that's what's exciting about him. He's chosen that path that, you know what I mean, maybe is not the path to being the world champion. It's the path to being entertaining. And it is what it is. Is his partner cornering him again?
I think it's his friend and his partner and somebody else.
Are they the same person?
No. It's his friend and his partner and then somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Fab, who you got from B. Johnson? Fab, who you got between Ferguson and Oliveira? I don't know. At this stage, right here today, without, maybe we do a breakdown closer to the fight. But right now, I say Oliveira.
Oliveira.
You got Oliveira?
Yeah, I'm going
You changed it from this morning.
No, I said it's a hard fight to pick. I said I don't think I could pick an actual winner, but I'm like, who I like better is Oliveira.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's who I like better. I respect them both as fighters, but if I had to, like, do you know what I mean, invite one around to my house and hang out with one, it'd be Oliveira all day. So I've got to go for him.
Okay. Have you ever been called out to any ganja fires?
Ganja fires?
Weed fires?
Nah, unfortunately. No, but we got to wear BA anyway, so it wouldn't even. That's a breathing apparatus that comes from a cylinder, so we wouldn't even get the effects. I don't know. No, haven't turned out to any of them fires yet.
Yeah, it says Perry will have his girlfriend and his friend in the corner. Perry will win. Perry needs to realize he needs professional martial arts training and a good corner. Man, I don't even know what he's thinking.
But do you feel like Perry could be? Do you know what I mean, if he took it more serious and he did exactly what he needs to do to get the wins, he could move up into that top 10?
You know what the problem is, man?
Because he's got knockout power and he's got athleticism and you know what I mean? But he just...
No, he's got all of that. There's no doubt. But I will say this. Depends on what happens up here with you as well. Like, it's a big if, because people are scared to put... Like, when he goes in there without preparing properly and doing all that, I don't know if he doesn't, but let's assume for the purpose of this discussion that he doesn't necessarily have that pressure going in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, well, fuck it. I didn't
think
give a fuck anyway. I just wanted to bang and knock someone out. I do if I don't.
Yeah. And so he's absolutely got all the potential in the world and he can fight and he's super strong and all of that. I just, like what you just said, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who do you feel is the best grappler middleweight right now?
Jacare?
He's a light heavy.
Oh, he's moved up. He has too.
Remember, he went the distance with Jan.
Yeah, he did. Oh, who is Chris Weidman matched up with now?
I think Chris Weidman's probably the best grappler. The problem is, it's who's the most effective grappler, because Weidman and Romero, hands down, would be the best grapplers, but they're not. They're past their age. So even Weidman could be past his age. So I don't know that they are the most effective grapplers. But back before, man, they had some crazy grapplers at middleweight.
Yeah.
Jacare, Rockhold, Weidman, Romero, crazy good grapplers, like amazing. Now, I don't know. Like now it's kind of like maybe Hermanson in that top bunch of guys.
Who did Weidman just get matched up with?
Have a look.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Hermanson is probably the best grappler in that bunch. Now, I don't think that we have the same grapplers that we had 5, 4, 3 years ago, even. You know what I mean? I don't think, it's the same. It used to be a real grappling heavy division, and now it's become kind of like there's a few really good strikers, and then the rest are kind of guys that are good grapplers that can strike, or good strikers that can grapple. But you don't have those crazy grapplers at the moment like you had, like I said, like Weidman at his best was fucking scary. Still scary today. Romero, super scary. And Jacare, like, tap you from anywhere. Damian Maia was up at middleweight for a while as well. So right now, probably Hermanson, I'd say. Mike Perry's a strange individual. Yes, he is. But you know what? I think he's smarter than I think he acts dumber. You know what I mean? Like Weidman's fighting Hall.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It is too.
Weidman's fighting Hall. That's an interesting one. You know what I mean? That's a real interesting one. Weidman has a win over him already, knocked Hall out. Rings Combat. I think it was Rings Combat. Rings of Fire or something like that.
Rings of Fire.
Yeah, in New York. Yeah, so, Rodolfo Vieira, yes, 100%. Again, though, I don't know. I think he is an absolutely phenomenal grappler. I don't know how he's going to fare in the upper echelon. You know what I mean? I don't know that he has the striking to really get in and do his grappling against that upper echelon of fighter in the UFC. Like, I do think there's a... Yeah, I don't know. But Rodolfo Vieira, as far as grappling's concerned, yeah, his judo's crazy. His jiu-jitsu's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, from what I understand, Rockhold said he's coming back. Yeah. No, I think Rodolfo Vieira, again, if you like what I was saying was like more like as in effectively right now in that division, I think Hermanson is the one that he has a combination of striking and whatnot. Rodolfo Vieira, as far as probably if they grappled, if they rolled on the ground, I think Rodolfo would tap Hermanson, but he's not the guy that's put Gastelum away, you know, and a few other people in there as well. So in that top 10 guys like that, yeah, it's Hermanson, I think. I can't. If Max Holloway wins against Calvin Kataya, does he go against Volkanovski for a trilogy? What do you think?
God. I don't think they'll make that match, but I think he deserves it. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I think that they won't make that match, but I think he definitely deserves it. I don't think they'll make it 3, not just yet. I think Alex will fight someone else, and then maybe make that match. But because the M2 fights were so close, do you know what I mean? In a lot of people's opinion, should have went Max's way. So that's what's interesting about it. But yeah, I don't think they'll make that fight straight away.
Denise Knowles, you know what? I read that he was back at middleweight, and then I didn't know that was confirmed. So that's awesome. If he's back at middleweight and he's fighting Marvin Vettori, that's going to be interesting. I just don't know these guys anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see Jacare fight. Let's see what happens at middleweight. Maybe it's still there. Maybe it's not. I don't know. At the moment, I'd say the most effective grappler has been
Jacare.
Yeah, no, Jacare for sure. Like when you put the credentials, but like in that top guys that are doing right now, I think it's Hermanson. That's not the best grappler. If you're asking me the best grappler credentialed, it's those other guys, Jacare, Vieira, all those other guys. But he's the one that's in the top 4, 5, whatever. Anyone want to link to 255 live stream? No bullshit, by the way. There's a dude selling live streams on our thing. We've made it. Now we know we've made it.
Indian cricket site.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Does Perry look very big to you comparatively? I'm curious how they're going to look. So he's the favorite going in. He's 5'10". He's a big boy, man.
Yeah.
He's not a small guy at all.
Then he not like he didn't make weight by a little bit. 5 pounds.
What's that?
5.5 pounds he didn't make weight by, was
That's fucking a lot.
Yeah.
That's like 2 kilos. In boxing, you're in a different weight division.
Yep.
You know, like. So we're about to start. This should be a cracker fight, but
should be. Let's go, Mike Perry.
Oh no! I went early, guys. I went early. How embarrassing!
Premature.
We're off. Yeah, we're off. Perry switched from orthodox to southpaw. He's holding the center of the ring. They exchanged. Perry's looking big, man. He looks big.
Tim looks. He's tall and
yeah,
he's a big,
rangy.
Yeah, he's a big welterweight as well.
Perry's. They're both fighting from southpaw. Left hand landed by Means. Perry's fighting. Perry doesn't.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's
not usually a southpaw.
Throw left hand. He's gone for a double leg. Mean, I don't think he's going to get it here. I don't think so. He might get the first takedown early, but just looking at it like this, it's a lot of muscle and a lot of strength.
And that's what he's done.
Took him down, yeah. Yep. He muscled him, took him down. But Means is savvy, man. Means is quite a savvy guy, you know. So I don't know that how this is going to go as it gets further. He's wrapped up Perry's arms. Perry slams him. Means is looking for his hip, so his guard's open now. He's got a foot on the hip. He's moving Perry away. Perry's gone to half guard, but Means is doing all the right things here. He's doing all the right things. Perry's not able to get it off. He's got to. Means his turn now. Perry's taking his back.
Yeah, 2 hooks in.
He's got wrist control.
Oh no, yep, both hooks.
He's taken his back, but now Perry's back's on the ground. If Means defends, he could turn around. He could have the top position. Perry's got one arm across the face here. He's got both hooks in. He's got a foot on the hip. He could be looking to go for an armbar too if he can't get the. He's got a body triangle, does Perry? But see, these things. I was going to say if he gets a body triangle, it's going to take a lot of energy for him as well, as much as it'll start to affect Means. I don't think he's going to get Means though. I don't think he's going to finish him with a choke or anything here. So, but it's interesting. It's interesting that he's done this. He's looking to see. Means is looking to see if Perry has taken one of the hooks off. I think Means is out enough. He's gone out to his left enough to not get choked. But no, Perry has it.
Pretty deep there.
That's pretty deep. Is he fighting the hands? He's fighting at the elbow. You have to fight at the hands, especially with the gloves. Perry's putting a lot of effort into this. A lot of effort.
That other one underneath.
Yeah. Now it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. He has to fight the hands. He has to fight the hands. It's on pretty deep, but his legs are off to the side. He's using a lot of strength here, and Means is lifting the elbow up over his neck. So he's not. Means is trying to catch Perry's feet because Perry's crossing his feet, but it's not. That's not going to happen here. It's not going to. He could spin here on top, and Means is finished on top. There's 2 minutes to go. There's a lot of time. Perry's going to try and scramble out. I think. Here we go. Front headlock by Means, but Perry just powers up. Perry looks like he's
warm.
Trying to catch a little bit of a breath here. He is. Yeah, he's breathing now. Means is still very composed. He used a lot of strength, did Perry. Yep. A lot of strength.
Yep.
Left hand, big knee by Means. Jab landed by Means.
This is not good for
now,
Perry.
Perry's back to fighting from an orthodox stance. Means is feinting him with that lead leg. Means holding the center of the octagon and maintaining a very nice distance. In comparison to the last fight, the ladies fight, which I don't want to be mean to, but Means has got the longer range. He stands at his range where Perry can't hit him, but he can hit Perry, if you know what I mean. Like he's not so far out that he's hitting air. Landing a jab on Perry again. Jab again landed on Perry. Perry swings the left hook and misses. Hits nothing but air. And I think it's going to start to get really ugly for Perry from here in. Swings with a massive left hook. But Means was able to get out of the way, just stepped back, and Perry swinging. Big body shot landed by Perry. Shot. Big body shot. That hurt Means.
It did.
That hurt Means. It throws a knee by Means. Yeah.
But yeah.
That hurt. You can see it hurt him. Yep. You know, he's got that elbow down. Yeah. I don't know if Perry knows that he hurt him or if he can do anything about it.
Yeah, that's the issue. I think he's that tired.
Yeah. But Means is still hurting. There's 30 seconds to go. You can tell that Means is wary of getting hit again to the body. Big right hook by Perry. Left straight by Means. Combination throw by Means. Nice. Now Means landing a few little combinations there. Not very. Oh, nice tip kick to the body of his own. Both these guys are feeling it to the body now. You can tell his hands are starting to lower a little bit. Perry's not moving and he's taking a few to the chin. Couple more to the head. Very good. Means is feeling them to the body and the oblique kicks. That's the round, people. That's the round. So
nice shots towards the end there by Means.
Yeah, I think Means going to start to pick
just peppering him, not trying to put too much into them shots, just letting them accumulate. No, very nice in the end there by him.
What do you think there? Who wins that round?
Difficult because the takedown, but there's that body shot.
That was a huge body shot, eh?
He loaded up on that. Do you know what I mean? He would have fell over in a spin if he missed with that. Yeah, that would have hurt him for sure. But tough round to pick then, because early in the round, do you mean Perry with that takedown and the submissions, and then Means towards the end, just peppering him with on that outside a little bit, looked very impressive. So I'd give that to Means.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like I think Perry was very frantic in his takedown, very frantic. I think he knew like what he was going to do. Like he knew that this is what I need to do to win this particular round. You know what I mean? Or fight. I think he was coming for the fight, the finish. And I started the round 2. We're off. Perry looks like a completely different fighter though. Both standing from southpaw.
Means is just on that outside with a
beautiful
laser range.
Yeah, hitting him with jab after jab after jab. straight to the face and straight lefts. He finds that left hand too. Leg kick, nice leg kick by Perry, but a left hand answers straight to the jaw by Means.
Just that 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. It's beautiful work.
Perry's not going to get this takedown. Like I said, look, you might get the first one like that with you. You know what I mean?
Well, he's already weathered. He's already weathered a bit from that first round. He hasn't fully recovered with that minute break.
Threw a nice left high kick. But I also find it strange why he's fighting like this out of southpaw. He doesn't usually fight out of southpaw, if I'm not mistaken. And Means a lot better at fighting from southpaw than he is.
Yeah.
Perry looks off balance, all over the place kind of thing. Oh, oblique kick landed by Means straight to the lead leg.
And that's
jab, stiff jab by Means. Perry's looking for a big right hand. But Means is onto it, throws a nice teep, keeping him at that distance.
Go that body again.
Again, a big jab by Means. Teep by Perry.
He's still wary of that body.
Man.
Still covering.
Oh, throws a massive left hook by Means, ducks under it. Perry's still carrying power, but Means is just landing shot after shot. Perry's wearing him on the face and moving forward, walking through him, but he's taking teeps and he's taking jabs, and there's a limited number to which you can take. You can't just keep taking them like that. You can't just keep walking through 4-ounce gloves, and Means knows how to hit. And Perry's his face is starting to be bloody. Oh, that was another big body shot by Perry, and he went for the left hook after it. Another left hook thrown by Perry, but misses. But you know when you're throwing those big haymakers and you're missing?
Yeah.
That is wearing on you. That wears on you.
Yeah. That's how I feel like he needs to load up. Still throw them big power shots, but go to the body.
Yeah.
Bigger target.
Nice lead left hand by Means, and then lands a jab straight after it.
You can't take that body away from as well as what you can your head. You make that extra movement. So I'd be telling
big right hand landed by Perry. Big right hand landed by Perry. Big right hand, and then a left hook landed by Perry. Now he's trying to take Means down. I think this is going to give Means enough time to recover. Means got a nice deep underhook, and he's going to hold him up against the cage. And now Perry's holding him up against the cage. Means is in a bit of trouble here.
But I don't know if he should have went for that takedown there.
No,
I think he should have
agree.
stayed there and
I absolutely
some
agree.
Extra punches at the end because he had him worried there.
Ooh, big elbow by Means. Big elbow. I don't know if it landed flush or not. It may have cut Perry on the forehead if it did land at all. You don't have to land with the whole elbow very, very hard with the elbow. Just have to land hard enough to cut.
Yep.
And the skin cuts much easier down than it does up, so it only has to cut, just touch a little bit with the elbow to cut it open. Perry's looking for these big shots as he backs Means back.
But he's getting a bit of a second wind here.
Yeah,
Perry.
Absolutely. But Means is very savvy.
Yeah.
Means is a savvy guy. And he knows he can win this fight. He knows that he's nice lead left hand by Means. Perry's looking for the big shot. Big left hook or overhand right. But he's landed that to the body, like you said before.
Yep. I'd be screaming at him.
Yeah.
Go to that body again.
So
bigger target.
Oh, upward elbow landed by Means, flush on Perry's face, and then followed up by 2 jabs that landed consistently. Now they're exchanging. Perry's throwing big combinations, and he said he put Means up against the cage, and then Means was able to get away, and he's now got Perry with his back into the cage, lands a kick to Perry's leg. Perry's super, super tough. Super tough. Check hook by Means, and then 3 jabs in a row by Means. Straight to Perry's face. Nice work. He Means in the center of the octagon. Perry's standing on the peripheries of the octagon now. Now he's working his way back into the middle. He's got the center of the octagon now. Goes to the body with a jab. And Means checks him with a lead hook. Inside leg kick by Means. Nice. Round?
Means. Peppered him.
I think so too.
Peppered him with them jabs. Nice stiff ones. Rocking his head back. And then he throws that stiff one, then just a short one straight after it and hits him with it. Then he goes that 2, then that 1-2, and then that 2 and then back to that 1, and he just continually hit him right in the face with it.
Oh, massive elbows landed by Means. I got Means that round. Like, I don't know the judges, but I got Means. I got to get my tea. You sure don't want me to put tea in your plate?
I'm good, thank you, Fab. Just interesting reading here that the walkout song that Mike Perry came out to, "Halo" by Beyonce. He's a different character.
Perry.
Yeah, he came out to "Halo" Beyonce.
We can't hear it here, but
yeah. So that would Round 3.
They're off. 3rd round. Perry looks like he's got a little bit of energy at the start of this round. Is he 2 rounds down?
I think so. So they would have came out to him and said, "You need to finish this round strong." I don't know if the takedown is the way that you finish the. Do you know what I mean? You finish the fight.
I don't think he's gonna finish this fight on the ground, anyways. Like, if anything, Means showed what will happen. I think Means going to get out the back door.
This is going to be the problem here because he's trying to really muscle this takedown again,
big time,
and that's going to leave him exhausted. And then I think Means will really start to pepper him if he can't get this takedown.
Do you think it could be 1 round apiece?
Could be.
So 1 round apiece. This is the 3rd and deciding round.
Could be, but I don't have it that way.
Means landed a good check hook on the break. Now he's got Perry up against the cage. I think that Perry has more or less blown his wad in attempting that takedown. Now Means got him with his back up against the cage. Mike throws a hook. Nothing really happening here. Means throws one to the body. Now Means got him up, just landing that jab and keeping Perry up on the cage. Perry works his way up off the cage by coming straight forward, but eats a jab for his trouble. Again, he's getting hit right on the bottom by Means. Displaying a good chin is Mike Perry. There he found that right hook to the body, and he's landing shots to Means' head. He landed that hook on the body though. Right on that tattoo of Means. Nice, throws a hook over the top and misses. Perry should really go to the body again.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, but I don't know how much gas Perry has in the tank himself. He's eating that jab. Ooh, takes a nice stiff one to the body by Means.
And followed up by a nice stiff jab as well.
Yeah.
Just continually hitting him with them.
With that straight left down the middle. And those jabs.
Yeah, the rangy shots. Just coming out of nowhere. And he's not loading up on them, which is really, do you know what I mean? There's no tell before he throws them.
He's just popping him.
Yeah, just letting them come out.
Oh, they got caught in no man's land, but he ate a little kind of check hook. You know what's crazy is for a man with a shorter reach, in those short range exchanges, he seems to be coming off worse to Means' shots. Every time Perry hits him flush, though, it seems to really wiggle Means. But Means is landing shots on him, like in this close exchanges. Means is getting the better of him, I think.
They're just returning each other here. They're just
now they're standing in the middle, winging. Good shots, but Means is looking like he doesn't let Mike just hit him.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit more head movement, a little bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Just enough to get out of the way,
out of the outside. Where Perry just
swings
him, takes him, just eats him up on the chin.
Means is shot for a double leg and he's pushed Perry up against the cage, and now he's hitting him with knees to the legs. He really has to get it. Whoever gets a deep underhook here will win the position. Means lets go of him and lets him, but he still got him up against the cage. He framed on his head. I thought an elbow was coming, but he lands a very nice knee. Kind of took it on the arms, but now Perry's breathing hard and he's landing. Means is just landing jab after jab and holding him there to the cage. Perry's not he's not getting off the cage anymore. He's not really circling back. He's not trying to fight to get back into the middle of the octagon. Partially lands a right hook to Means' face, but I believe that Perry's face is now a mess.
Yeah,
and it looks like his eyes are closing up.
Yeah, it's busted bad. Yeah,
Teep kick landed by Means.
Hasn't been much attempt for him to get out of the way of the punches.
Not at all. Another jab landed. I think he's in a lot of trouble here. Nice check hook by Means, by right hand up. He got a right hand for his troubles, then a left. He lands a left elbow on Perry. Another elbow, lead elbow by Means. No, hits him again with that straight left. Does Means. I think that a little bit of the steam's gone from Perry's punches too, though, and I don't think that Means is as wary of them as he was earlier in the fight. He's landing leg kicks and keeps landing that left-right straight to Perry's face. Perry's face a bloody mess now, and there's 30 seconds to go. I do not see him beating Means. Means throws a kick to the body, took it on the arms, did Perry. Again, great job. Great job by Means, I think.
Yeah, a lot more crisp in his striking. Perry just loading up, not really.
Nice 1-2 by Means. Oh, big exchanges now. Big exchanges in the middle. 3 seconds to go. Big right, left, right. And it got separated.
Yep, the end of the fight.
How you got it?
3 rounds to Means. Perry's face is bashed up. And I think he just took way too much punishment. There wasn't really any attempt for some head movement or try to work off a jab or anything like that. And then the more tired he got, them big shots, he needs to load up on them even more, use a lot more of that body to try to create some power, which Means could see coming from a mile away, and just stayed on that outside and peppered him. So I give it 3 rounds to Means.
I'll allow for the first one to go to Perry, but I agree with you. It was I thought it was 3 to Means, but I'll allow for the first one to Perry. I still think Means won 2 clearly.
Yeah, Perry's tough. Like everyone knows that he's tough, but I don't know. I think I just feel it's a silly way of fighting.
Yeah, I think it's probably the preparation's not the best either. You know what I mean? Endless Nameless says, "Finally catch you boys live. Thank you for the great content. Fab, you recommended me books on Instagram. They did me well. Appreciate your war, Shevchenko. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it heaps. We can't have the podcast without you guys supporting. Really appreciate the donations, as small as they are. Anyone, whatever, anything you give. Our kids eat, man. Our kids eat when you donate. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it a lot. Tim Means, I believe, got the decision. Yep. He got the decision. Yep, yes, he did. So that was very interesting. Thanks, man. Anytime, Endless Nameless. Thank you very much.
Do you remember the book?
I don't know exactly what I recommended there, because I'm always recommending books.
Yeah.
So yeah. What have we got here? He's got his pregnant wife in his corner. I don't know if you know who else did that? She is pregnant. Smiling Sam Alvey did that. No, I don't think she was pregnant. I think she had the baby. She just had the baby.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh
yeah.
I don't know if you Ewan Ferguson, Ortega versus Volkanovski. Do you think Ortega will try to drag him to the ground, or just try standing with Alex due to Ortega's recent striking success? Thoughts, Eli?
Oh, I think he might try to stand there on the outside of him. I'm just not too sure if he has enough power to get the respect from Volko not just to blast through it. I think even Volko could take him down. So, but I think it would be very dangerous for him to take him down. So it's it's a good matchup. What do you think?
I don't see him having the stand up to go at Volkanovski.
No, he's showed some brilliance sometimes.
I think so, but I think Volkanovski's just got a chin on him and a head on him.
Yeah, that's where I go. I don't know whether you have the power to be able to get the respect from him, not to just Volko to just be able to walk inside that range and unload on him. So
what I think though is on the ground, I think there's a massive disparity.
Yeah, on the ground, but getting to the ground, that's the
thing he might do though is throw the combinations, use his striking. And I think he's probably going to try and drag it to the ground by any means necessary. Like, probably go to
a
different
pull guard or
I don't know if he'll pull guard per se, but probably, I see him being good enough to try and take the back.
Yep.
Throw in a leg lock or whatever. And I don't know how Alex feels about being on top in that guard, because he's good. Ortega's a different level to just being good on the ground.
Yep.
You know, but let's see. I don't know. Change. I start drooling every time you ring that bell. I'm sorry that I've conditioned you like one of Pavlov's dogs. Angel Rumenov Bogiev. Sorry, man. Anguel Rumenov Bogiev. Rational part of my brain says Perry in the process of falling apart psychologically, but he's also a huge savage who's in several pounds heavy. Well, we read that after the fact. I don't know. What do we got next? The girls.
We do.
Who do you, and yeah, I don't know that this card, to me, it's been more or less like clear who's going to win, you know, out of the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'll be very, very surprised if the at least Shevchenko doesn't win. I think Alex Perez has ways to win. I don't know that, I shouldn't say this, but I don't know that Jennifer has real ways to win.
No, well, I can't see where she can win. She does have very good grappling. But
is it better than Shevchenko?
No, I don't think so. Do you know what I mean? Why then you go to the stand-up. Valentina's a 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean, in that weight class?
Yeah.
And I feel, yeah, Maia is, she's worked on a stand-up. It has improved, but it's still not fluent like Valentina's. It's, do you know what I mean? It's not that natural. It's very forced. Do you know what I mean? I can't see her winning in any way. It's a landslide for me. A landslide. It would be very interesting to see how the pay-per-view went with the two main cards. I feel so the two champions such heavy favorites. I know you have the main fight a little bit.
No, but definitely.
But it'd be interesting to see how this pay-per-view went because of that.
What do you think of this? Valeria, you champion. You're the best person on here by a country mile. That includes Eli and I.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eli, for showing up to the podcast. Man, it's hard. He hasn't slept all night. He's been, not only that, they do 24-hour shifts. So he probably hasn't slept for 36 hours or something ridiculous. So thanks, Eli, for showing up to the podcast. Question for both. Of UFC fights you've attended in person, which has been your favorite and why?
Robin Brunson in
Really?
Melbourne. Yeah.
Why is that?
Just had a really good atmosphere there. I think I've spoke about it before on the. I just had a really good boys trip down there, and probably the best fight of the night was outside of the arena. So no, and I was just, you know what I mean, I just really enjoyed that fight. Probably, yeah, the first one I went and seen in Australia, and yeah, that was my favorite. You've obviously been to a lot more.
Yeah, but I've never been to a UFC fight as a just
as a fan.
I've only ever been there for work.
Yep.
And so
you always have that level of stress.
Yeah.
Where you haven't got to sit down and just enjoy a fight.
But I think that the fight that I enjoyed the most was when Rob fought Romero won. Just for the historical significance, because that's when Australia had their first champion.
Yeah.
And the whole region had their first champion. And just the fight, how good that fight was. It was a spectacular fight. What it meant, you know what I mean, to us, to everyone, and just what a great fight it was. That's probably the best thing that I've attended in person. I lie. I've been to UFC events. I watched Khabib fight live, but I was always there, like with Rob. I was there. I was in Japan as well when Mark Hunt fought Mir. I think wasn't in Japan. I was there live for that. I've been to a few actually, but it was always work related. I've never paid and gone, but no, it was by far I think it was the Romero fight, and when Mark Hunt fought Frank Mir, because I wasn't cornering or anything, and I wasn't involved. And I could kind of just enjoy it, except the fact that I've known Mark for 20 years and I just wanted Mark to win. But when Mark came out at that time, the whole crowd gave him a standing ovation when he walked out. I'm pretty sure it was in Japan. Yeah, it was in Japan, and that was massive. You know what I mean? So that was if I'm sure it was in Japan. But regardless of where it was, the Mark Hunt versus the Frank Mir fight, that was a big one, and Rob versus Romero. The Texan wrote, "Such a great night. My husband gets to listen to this, and I get to sit on his face. So I get mine, and he gets his." Man, we do what we can for a diverse range of people. So hey, whatever we can do, but for something like that, the Texan, I would expect some sort of donation. That's just me. I think if you do the right thing, you will search deep down within your heart and even deeper in your piggy bank and put in a donation, because that sort of pleasure shouldn't come for free. That's just me. I'll shave my head and half my mustache if Shevchenko loses, says Dipya Dinesh. Yeah, I can't see Shevchenko losing, but it is MMA, man. Like, she could get caught, but I doubt it. I want to buy a Gracie, but I can't fight. What I want to buy a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu shirt, but I can't fight. What do you recommend?
You can still rock a Gracie shirt.
You
can still have respect. Do you know what I mean?
You can.
You can still be a fan of the whole Gracie dynasty. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't the whole story and that. You can still wear a Gracie shirt.
Thick Jesus, also that fluoro pink Grange TV logo on a shirt would be dope. We're getting them done. But I don't know where the fuck they are.
I spoke to Dave Roberts.
No. We ordered some.
Oh, really?
My wife and I ordered some. So I don't know. I don't know. Thoughts on Mark Hunt versus Paul Gallen? You said it before.
Yeah, I feel Paul Gallen is the more technical striker, more technical boxer. Mark Hunt will just go in there and bang. But if Mark Hunt gets that range on you and you get caught into a fist fight, do you know what I mean? Just a punch up with Mark Hunt, then you lose. So
I think getting paid to fight is like a Western commodity for Mark Hunt. I don't think like he's a born fighter. You know what I mean? Like, he can fight. No, we are making those t-shirts, man. Let us know if you want to buy some, but we will be making those t-shirts. Do you think Omar? Thank you so much, Omar. You're a champion, Omar. Do you think fighters with a history of cheating should be treated same as fighters with impeccable record? For example, Khabib versus Jones, PEDS, performance enhancing drugs. I don't want to talk about people. I just read the Texans fucking thing. It says, do you think fighters with history of cheating should be treated same as fighters with impeccable record? For example, Khabib versus Jones. Let's take that from. Do you want to answer it first?
Yeah, they can't be. They can't be on the same platform. I don't know. If you cheat, it takes you out of the talk.
I think yes, I agree with Eli, but I also think like there isn't enough of a punishment for you being caught with PEDs. Like, if you take drugs for fighting someone, you should be out for a long time, and that person should get your whole fucking purse, man, because like you can kill someone in there. You know what I mean? I've seen fights, man. You know, I've been live. I've seen fights where the guys 1,000% took enough drugs to kill a small village. It's so fucking obvious, and the amount of advantage that person gets is fucking ridiculous. So if you and to get fucking caught is hard. It's not like the testing isn't that great. So if you get caught and you're allowed to fight, well, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's ridiculous. So yeah, for sure you have to be treated different. From my opinion is you shouldn't even be allowed to fucking fight. You should still be tested, and you should be out for years, man. And all your money should go to that person.
But as well, the UFC can't do that because there's other organisations that there would. So imagine if
but it should be by the commission. It's not by the UFC. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. Like if you got tested playing rugby league, and you think you can't go play union.
Yeah, but the thing is, they get a slap on the wrist. You know what I mean? And no one's been made an example of. So you just go, oh, the risk versus reward. maybe I don't get caught. This guy comes up to you and say, "Oh, this is the new stuff." You know, this stuff they can't detect.
Do you know what the thing is as well? Like if you watch like that doco, like Bigger, Faster, Stronger, you watch anything with Victor Conte when he speaks about stuff, like the reality is nobody gives a fuck. Like you want to see guys run a sub 9 seconds in the 100 if you can. You don't want to see guys clean and run 10:30. That's the other difference. You know, that's what's fucked up. So yeah, you want to watch these guys fight the way they do and fight into their 40s.
Yeah,
and you want to believe that they're natural. All right. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
guys look like fucking superheroes, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's so fucking good," and that's what everyone wants to see. But the reality is, like some of these guys, like it's just fucking not possible, dude. It's not possible. Some of them to sustain the damage that they take. It's just not fucking possible. The Texan, depending on how hard I finish, I'll donate. So cheer on my husband. Go, Mr. Texan, please. After the Texans revelations, when are we becoming a pay-per-view only podcast, knowing the demand is there? When are you becoming a pay-per-view only? I don't know, man. These people turned our podcast into an X-rated thing.
fans only.
Grange TV only fans for the Texan. You know what we should do? That's what we should do for the what do you call the thing? The starts with P. The patronage or whatever it's called. Like that. Yes, everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Except me.
Yeah, it's like where is Mark Hunt fighting? He's fighting here, in Australia.
Yep. Bankwest Stadium.
Yeah.
Tim on the Tim Tszyu card. Tim Tszyu card.
But when is that?
Couple of weeks. 3 or 4 weeks.
How do you figure TJ Dillashaw will look when he returns?
Because you're still gonna what you've done on performance enhancing drugs, you're still going to see some of them effects years to come because you've built that muscle. So you have that muscle memory in that.
No, it's it's not just that. It's how much you're able to train.
Yep.
While you were on it. So how many jiu-jitsu sessions you were able to do, how many wrestling sessions you were able to do.
How much you will be able to recover, your muscles recover and build that.
Yeah, and you're able to do more sessions.
Yep.
You know, so technically you're better too. So I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think he'll come back looking great.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
How is it Dillashaw even allowed to train after taking PEDs? I don't know, dude.
What I do give to Dillashaw but is he came out and just, do you know what I mean? It wasn't tainted supplements. He didn't chuck all them excuses. He just goes, I got caught up in it and I used it. So fuck, he was the only one that's come out and told the truth, while everyone else just happens to keep finding these tainted supplements.
Yeah, it's so hard, eh?
I can't find any of these.
It's not like you take them when you look like you're fucking IFBB pro. Change says Mark Hunt versus UFC November 23rd. Yaliak gets declassified. This could mean fighter pay goes up. It could, but that's a big could. Like, don't forget that a lot of fighters like the people coming through now, they're locked into their contracts, their existing contracts. So it doesn't necessarily mean that. How much to get you guys doing a podcast shirtless? Vic Jesus, you just said you can't even donate. So what are you talking about, man? You can't be in this conversation. You know?
Why?
You and Ferguson, how much for Grange TV shirtless car wash? I'll get a car and a ticket to Oz for this. You'd be looking at over $40 easily. That's it. Think Jesus, the Patreon. That's it. If Valentina wins, should the UFC make the third Nunes fight? What do you think, Levi?
Could be, but wait, what is Valentina's going to go back up again? Yeah. Yep. Make that fight because there's no one else in her division. They're going to try to create some other story, which I don't know. There's no one else in her division that is on her level. So it's the only fight they can make.
Okay.
I know I would rather watch that, a third fight with Nunes, than another fight with someone in this division that she's slaughtered. Yeah.
Jokes aside, from you and Ferguson, is there a place I can donate to you directly rather than through YouTube? And then Thick Jesus says, good question at Ewan. No, there isn't actually. But we'll be looking at doing some things like there's some plans in the mix at the moment. But no, there isn't. Um, I don't know if I'm kind of new to this, so if anyone has any suggestions, please let us know. Oh snap! I'm a fan of Tim Zoo. Didn't know Mark would be on his card too. That's pretty sweet. I think Tim can be even better than his dad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Better than his dad?
Mm.
I don't know, man. He unified the belts. He fucking beat Shambe Mitchell. What do you think?
I don't know if he can be better than his dad.
Fuck, his dad was world champion as an amateur. He's got a massive amateur experience. It's big shoes to fill. I think Tim's doing fantastic as Tim.
I think he's on the pathway to be great,
Yeah.
but I don't know about his dad. He's something special. Do you mean a once in a lifetime fighter? I guess
He's doing really well.
Tim.
Yeah.
Of course, but he still hasn't really tested the waters outside of Australia.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what's interesting. And in that division, it's just killers. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think he's doing all the right things to, do you know what I mean? Making sure he builds that name, getting plenty of experience before he heads overseas, and then starts trying to get them bigger fights, which will come. It will come, and hopefully off the back of his performances, not just his name.
What are your thoughts on Perry not having a proper camp, Fab? Like, I honestly, I don't want to make fun of the guy because, like, when people have issues, they have issues. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a joke, you know. And he definitely seems to have some sort of issue or issues. I don't know why he doesn't have a proper camp. You know what I mean? When you say proper camp, you mean a team around him? Do you mean he wasn't able to put in I don't know. I think him not having a camp or him not having the correct preparation for a fight is more a symptom of other issues than it is just of fighting. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Thoughts, Eli?
Yeah, I don't know what he did in his camp, so I can't comment on that. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was a great camp for him and more than what he does usual. You know what I mean? Maybe he trained 3 times a week instead of just the 2. So I'm not sure.
Dipu Dinesh says Cody Garbrandt called out TJ on EPO years ago. I feel he's been getting around USADA forever. I think there's a lot of people getting around USADA.
Yeah, so he did call him out, and that was at Team Alpha Male, which we just seen the last fighter was at Team Alpha. And I'm not, you mean, it's not saying, but maybe there was a culture down there where are they at Santiago? No,
Sacramento.
I don't know. I'm not too sure, but
that's kind of unfair as well because like there's guys like Uriah Faber and they've never been even remotely, you know. But who knows? I don't know. And at the end of the day, I think like
it doesn't mean, or do you know what I mean? Because there's little groups inside gyms as well.
Especially inside big gyms.
Yeah, and which is a huge gym. I'm sure that, do you know what I mean? They have hundreds on that. So
Nunes and Valentina should fight 125-pound men. What do you think?
No,
there's a big difference, man. Men and women. Like I think we spoke about it before. Generally, when the military does hand-to-hand combat, there's like 30% difference between evenly matched men and women in that the women are 30% heavier. Like, there's a big difference. Like, say Cejudo versus Nunes is a big fucking difference. It's not. That's why it's such a big thing, dude, in domestic violence. If a man hits a woman, it's like, you know, it's big difference physically, you know, like big difference. Do you think it's believable that TJ only took PEDs for the Cejudo fight? Fuck no. No way. No way in the world. And I'll tell you why, because when you take stuff, you don't take them for short-term gains. You take coffee for short-term gains. You take cocaine for short-term gains. But PEDs and that's stuff that you cycle on and off for a long time to get it right. You know what I mean? Like you do like 4-year cycles, you know what I mean? Like on and off and on and off to peak right for the Olympics and to know what you're doing right. So no, he didn't take them just for the thing. That's like you catch your wife cheating on you with the neighbor and she tells you this is the first time. If you believe that, you're a dumb fuck. What were you going to say, Elo?
No. I like that one, yeah.
But it's a truth, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the first time. He just came over. He could take it. You know, he didn't mean it. No.
Props to him. He came out and said, "Do you mean he did it?" But no, you're lying through your teeth when you're saying it was your first time.
Hey, we're about to call the girls' fight, so you have to donate. Remember, Texan. Will Andrade be Valentina's toughest test in this division? Seems like the obvious answer is yes, right? I don't know. Do you think Andrade will be the toughest thing?
Yeah, in this division, I just don't feel like there is anyone that's at her level. So it may be her toughest one, but
Sorry, you're saying?
no, yeah, I just don't. I feel like she's cleaned out this division. She's way in front of everyone. She's more technical. She's better wrestling, better grappling. She's very focused. Do you know what I mean? She's very. Yeah,
I've met her in real life,
yeah.
and she's like, again, one of those people that exactly what you said, like just super focused, super like nice, really nice person. I think she speaks Spanish as well. Threw me off as well. Lived in South America as well. Her and her sister, blah blah blah.
Well, she's lived and trained everywhere, hasn't she?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
an
like that's
interesting
what I'm saying.
yeah,
She's not fucking around. Like
yeah.
that's who she is. You know how dudes do 3 jiu-jitsu sessions and they get like Bushido on their chest? Like, no, this girl is like for real. Like this is she like that's how she lives, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she's a real cat and she's real like focused, you know. She doesn't muck around. She's serious, man. She's cold as ice. A fucking executioner, man.
Yeah, well, even when she went to Thailand, like she went there to train. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she
Tiger
wasn't.
Muay Thai. She didn't go down there for the
Yeah,
extras that comes along with Thailand.
like yeah, when he like, I'm going to go training in Thailand and disappear for 6 months. No,
Come back with no improvements.
Yeah, the big beer gut. No, this girl's for real, you know. And you know what? Something that I don't like for Maia is that physically, Valentina has all the attributes. She's got the reach. She's got everything on it. You know what I mean?
She's strong for such a little.
Dude,
I mean a little frame in that as well. She's super strong,
dude. If the fact that she went at it with Nunes, is scary as shit. I think if she wins this, she should just her and Nunes should fight. You know, that would be a big one. Like everyone would sign up to watch that women's fight.
Yeah.
You know, and that's two actual like that's a good fight. You know what I mean? That's a good scrap. Wow. I mean, if Jennifer Maia does it, I'm impressed. But 950 underdog. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not think that bad.
Yeah, I think it's that bad. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think anyone gives her a chance. But again, it's a fight.
I'm kind of hoping she wins, poor thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
950 underdog. That's like me.
How much does that affect you going into a fight? Do you mean you just knowing everyone around you does not give you a chance? Because do you mean that there has to play some part in your mind because you know, like, are you only fooling yourself if you're convincing yourself that
minus 2,000 favorite?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Are you only convinced? Do you mean like I can win this? I can. I can't see the logic, but I'm not too sure.
You know what the problem is? One thing is you. The other thing is like if you see it in your corner and your coaches and that they're just like, man, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, let's go. Let's just go get your money. Let's get the
fuck
fuck
I think
out
they
of here.
genuinely believe there is a chance of her winning. They would come up with a strategy and a game plan. Say, if we can do this and do it right on our night, and she's off, do you know what I mean? If we can do that right on the night, and this can come off, then we have a chance to win.
Yes, I do think that.
Yeah.
But there'd be a lot of people around. They'd be just like,
Yeah.
Man, Shevchenko looks like she's angry at the fucking world. Somebody stole her bike on the way here.
That's what she is all business when it comes to. Do you know what I mean? She's a savage, eh?
Southpaw to orthodox who started 452 left of the first round. Shevchenko starting in the southpaw position. Maia's in the orthodox. Maia's moving around, kind of like a peekaboo boxing style. She's holding the center of the KJ exchange, but left hand landed flush on the button by Shevchenko. Shevchenko's going to look for the inside leg. Oh, there we go. Lead kick by Shevchenko. Nice head throw thrown by Shevchenko. What a throw, eh?
Yeah, she's just a beast and just so well rounded. So well rounded.
She got her in guard. So she's in Maia's guard. Maia's opened her guard, but she hasn't been able to put the feet on the hips. The problem is, where do you go? If you're a girl in the flyweights, where do you go?
Yeah.
Do you stand with her? What do you do? So she's got both underhooks, does Shevchenko. Maia here with both double overhooks, if she could move her hips and get her feet on the hips or hooks in, she could look to elevate and sweep, but it's not going to happen. This isn't going to happen.
No, I think she's just trying to hold on here. Stop Valentina from posturing up and raining down them shots. Some savage.
But you can only hold like this for so long. And
Yeah.
Shevchenko's smart. She's not using a lot of energy. Now she's got her hand on the bicep, her left hand on the bicep. This is a very good position for control for Shevchenko. Maia's holding for those underhooks, for those overhooks, and holding down the head. She's doing a good job of controlling the posture, but Shevchenko has her head in the middle almost, and there's no damage. There's no elbows coming through. She's not making a move. Even if this goes out the whole round like this is great for Shevchenko. She wins the first round, not expending a lot of energy. She starts second round fresh.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and Kevin Holland said that he predicts a round to, could be second or third round KO by Shevchenko. Yes, could be. Could be the first. Could be. The other problem is she's got Maia. Maia's on, right elbow landed by Shevchenko. She's got Maia on her back, and she's also getting a good feel of Maia's grappling and Maia's strength, and knows that she can do this again.
Yep.
You know, there's no fear there of going to the ground with her. She could conceivably do this for 5 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She got that takedown with pretty easy. Another elbow landed by Shevchenko. That one more towards the top and the side of the head. She's been hitting the body as well. She's going body. She's got her head in the middle here. Maia's holding the posture. The only thing that Maia's doing great is that she's holding Shevchenko down so she can't hit her. But at the same time, Shevchenko's also staying there because there's no reason for her to get up.
Yeah, and Maia's tried to move her hips a couple of times, and Valentina's just
squared off.
Up. Yeah, she
just keeps her hips square, and
I think everyone has such a good knowledge of, do you know what I mean, how to stay safe in that position these days, that it's not as common for
the
someone to get a submission.
Has to be very big.
Yeah.
Has to be either very big or it has to be like you just got caught. Like you got caught.
Yeah, you've postured up and you've left an arm in or something, and they've been able to throw them hips up under.
And again, so it's not a lot of stuff, but it is. There are a lot of things here happening technically, and a lot of things happening tactically. Because, like I said, like for Shevchenko, she can do this for 5 rounds. You know, now she knows that she can take Maia down, and there's not going to be a lot of offense. And this was when they were both dry, and this is both early in the fight, and Shevchenko was fine with this.
Yeah, she looks very calm, patient.
Yep.
She is. She's very much a professional.
She's squared off on her hips. She's got her head in the right place. There's no submission there for Maia, especially because Maia can't move her hips or she's not moving her hips. You know, and Shevchenko now, she's got both hands inside that clinch. You always want to have your hands inside. She's got her hands there. She's got 35 seconds left. I do predict she's going to land some elbows before the end of the round. She went body, head then with the fists on the right hand side. She still has that inside grip, and she's fighting. You always want to hit. So what they're fighting for here is Shevchenko's fighting to get that inside grip with her left hand on that bicep. So it starts to negate what Maia can do in as far as controlling her arms, and then that allows her to have enough room to land the elbows. That's what she's doing. See, so she's looking for that other elbow on the other side. So she's looking for the bicep with the right hand. Here she goes. End of the round. Very comfortable round there for Shevchenko.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, made it look, do you know what I mean? Very comfortable for herself. Yeah.
Does Nunes have a reason to take another tricky Shevchenko fight?
No.
Do you think?
Does she have a reason?
Yeah, like is there another big women's fight there for Nunes out there?
No, well, there isn't at the moment. No.
So I can't think of one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. So in my opinion, if they want a big fight, then yeah, like that's the only big women's fight out there is that I can think of. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Shevchenko versus Nunes at Bantam, because I can't think of like this. This is not going to do it. You know what I mean? Nor is even if Maia were to win, they would rematch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's still not going to blow the house down. Like as far as women's MMA, it's Nunes versus Shevchenko. They're off. We're off spinning back kick landed by Shevchenko. She looked for the head throw, but she knew it wasn't on there. She's got a body lock on Maia, and she's got inside trip. Yes. So she got her hips inside. Now she's gone into a half guard. Maia did a good job of reversing that and getting back up. Now they're clinching in the middle. Maia, this is Maia's game. This is what Maia wants. She's got double underhooks on Shevchenko, and she's pushed her up against the cage, and she's landing some knees. This is Maia's fight. From here, Maia can do some damage. Or at least she's got good head position. She's pressing Shevchenko's head up against the cage. She's doing a great job of doing this. She's doing great so far, but she does look like she's using a lot of strength to do this.
Yeah, she looks like she's holding on very tightly and really trying to force something here.
And Shevchenko looks very relaxed.
Yep.
She looks very relaxed.
There.
Landing a couple of knees does Maia. This is looking good for Maia. 3 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Maia's doing a good job here. I just don't know how much strength she's using here. Seems to be using a lot of strength in a 5-round fight. And Shevchenko knows this. Shevchenko knows that she has to control this. And I think that that's part of what she's doing, making her weather the storm, making her grapple, using up her strength, because she probably knows that Maia was going to come out like how she is, like this. Now Shevchenko's fought, got a double underhooks, got her in a tie clinch. Again, Maia puts her back to the cage. Maia's doing a good job of having a nice high left underhook, which keeps Shevchenko pinned to the cage. If Shevchenko can drop her hips and change her left elbow and get it up nice and high, then she's going to have a nice underhook, and then that's going to be a 50-50. But so far, that's not happening because Maia has her right arm in between Shevchenko's legs, and that's stopping Shevchenko from being able to get a high left underhook. So as you can see, Maia has the high left underhook. She hasn't got the best head position. But the moment that Shevchenko gets that left underhook, she's going to be able to use it. Now she's got in a head position in there. They're pummeling in here for control. Another knee landed by Shevchenko. Maia might be able to do this. Maia might be able to hold her here, but for how long?
Yeah.
How many rounds can she do this for?
And she's not very active here at all.
No. Now she's got on the takedown. I think it was more Shevchenko messed it up, but she got the takedown. Now she's looking to land some ground and pound on Shevchenko. Shevchenko's got a guard open. She's pushing and framing away. Great job by Shevchenko framing away. Maia's doing a great job. Now Maia's secured a position on top. Shevchenko hasn't been able to scramble out, and Maia is now on top.
In a bad position for.
Yeah, she's kind of stacked up against the cage, and she can't get her left hand out to post so she can frame and get up. Maia is doing a fantastic job. She's got a head in line and or above Shevchenko's, which is what you want. Shevchenko's on an elbow. You want to be up on your hand, you know. So she's got the half guard there, which she's using as a Turk rod, and she's using her shoulder pressure and keeping her head above hers to keep her pinned up against the wall. Shevchenko, if she can get up off her elbow and onto her hand, she'll be able to raise her hips there and be able to start getting up. She's kind of staying in this half guard, which I don't like. I would have liked to see her scramble and get up. But now she's stuck and she's got her head jammed up against the wall, and that's going to be very hard for her to escape. Maia's going to win this round. Yeah, there's 1 minute, 22 seconds to go. Thoughts, Eli?
Yeah, Maia hasn't really been able to do much damage, but she's still been trying to control the position. Valentina still looks very calm, even though she's in a terrible position at the moment. So it'd be interesting when they come out. Now she's using that.
No, but Maia's doing a good job.
She stayed on top.
Now Valentina's got the closed guard. Maia's on top. There's 57 seconds to go. There's 1 round apiece for the ladies. What do you think?
Yeah, I would give it 1 round apiece.
Oh, Valentina's now gone for a triangle. She had the wrist control. Has she got it on the far side? No, she doesn't. But it's threatening.
That head out, yeah.
But she's jammed up against the cage. She's got her head stuck like that. That's not a good position to be in. I wonder if Maia's going to use these last 30 seconds to really try and do some damage, or she's going to try and hold it down. I'd like to see her do some real damage here. Again, Valentina's gone for that triangle. She's landing some elbows from the bottom. But this round, I have to give it to Maia. Thoughts?
Yeah. I know,
especially in the eyes of the judges. This last round, you finish on top.
That round goes to Maia, but do you feel sort of Valentina as well goes, all right, I'm not getting that much damage done to me on the bottom here. Do I expend a lot of energy trying to get up now, or do I just give up on this round and try to hold on to the end and then try to improve in the next rounds?
Well, it's one round apiece, man. I don't know. I don't know that went the way that she actually wanted it to go. You know what I mean? I don't know what she's feeling or how she's feeling. She looks very calm. The corner's pouring a lot of water all over her. Both girls look good.
Yeah.
Both girls look good. Neither one of them's breathing too hard. I like how composed both corners are. I can't hear what they're saying, but they seem composed. You know what I mean? They seem like
not frantic and
and like Maia's corner expecting this. Like they don't look like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. I have it around a piece for those people asking who's winning. I have it around a piece. Now, I don't know if that's how the judges are scoring it, or even if that's how you're scoring it.
There's some nervous gamblers out there.
Yeah. Okay. Maia's looking good. She's got that like kind of
confidence up now as well.
Yeah, peekaboo stop, but she walked in with an overhand left of Shevchenko's. Snapped her head back. Another left hand by Shevchenko. Didn't land flush, but it did enough to get Maia's attention. Maia's got like that little peekaboo style. She's throwing the jab. But I think Shevchenko looks very dangerous. Another big left hand by Shevchenko. She's doing a good thing to getting her head off the midline and throwing that left hand.
Yep.
Do you think Maia will get the read on that?
I don't know if she.
Ooh,
but then she
nice
mixes
jab.
Up a nice stiff jab.
Nice jab by Shevchenko. Nice jab.
This will be interesting now to see if Valentina is just going to try to keep that range and keep it on the feet. Now that she's made a little technical area in the second round and ended up on the bottom.
I would like to see Shevchenko kick that lead leg.
Yeah.
In a 5-round fight, I'd like to see that. Now Maia's got her up against the cage again. And this is Maia's game.
Yeah.
This is Maia's game. I'll be very, very impressed. Because this is what I thought the only way she could win. But I don't know if she can do this for 5 rounds. That left underhook is gold, though. That's the thing you need to do. High underhooks. You get someone up against a cage, it's high underhooks. Valentina's doing a good job of framing on the bicep to try and escape. But now, she's got double underhooks. They exchange punches. I think a left-handed was landed by Maia. They're in the center of the octagon. Shevchenko's looking good. She's pressuring forward slowly, but Maia's looking very good. She's light on her feet. She's moving with a peekaboo style. Left high kick by Shevchenko. Maia takes it on the gloves. Left hand landed again. I think that one landed on the nose by Shevchenko. There's only so many of those Maia can take, man. I don't care how tough you are. It's going to break your nose if it lands flush. Lead left kick by Maia, wings and misses. Nothing but air from Shevchenko on a massive left hook. Both girls waiting patiently. Another left hook by Shevchenko. Shevchenko's taken it back. Maia's looking to defend. Shevchenko's got a body lock. Massive slam by Shevchenko and straight into side control. She's got a nice control here. She's pinning the far arm. But Maia has this underhook. Yeah, she's got the underhook inside control. It was pinned before, but Shevchenko's doing a good job because she's sliding down towards the hip. So that negates that underhook being used by Maia to escape. And now she no longer has the underhook. Shevchenko has the underhook. She's in half guard, but she's going to use a half guard, like I've said before, like a Turk ride to keep the opponent pinned. She's looking to cross face and create some shoulder pressure. But Maia's doing a fantastic job of framing on the bicep to stop that. to stop that happening. She's got half guard, but Shevchenko has the underhook. There's 1 minute 38 seconds left. I think if it stays like this, Shevchenko's done enough to win the round.
Yeah, I agree.
Now she's got the shoulder pressure on Maia, and she's got the underhook as well. This is from someone, people that have got really good shoulder pressure. If they put it on you, it's very, very, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And yeah, I don't see now. Maia has an underhook that she needs to get, but Valentina has the shoulder pressure. Maia's trying to create space and leverage and she did it. She did it there. She's up. She's got her hooks in and she's up.
Oh,
Great work, but she ate a knee in the breadbasket. So she's pinned Shevchenko up against the cage. That was good jiu-jitsu by Maia, but it was a lot of work as well.
Yeah, she has double unders here.
She has double underhooks here. Can she get a takedown here on Shevchenko? I don't know. This holding, though, is not going to win her the round.
No.
I don't think.
No, not at all.
That's me. And another underhook. So she won. So that left underhook by Maia is not that high anymore. And the underhook by Shevchenko on this side, on her left-hand side, is high. So that's going to allow her to be able to escape. She's not being held in the same way anymore. But there's 10 seconds to go. I think yet. So there you go. That's a left underhook. Takedown by Shevchenko again. She's going to finish the round on top. 3, 2, 1. 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah. Probably a better round from Valentina there.
I think it was a better round from
round 2.
She's landing that left hand though. And that high kick when she took it on the forearms. Oh, another. She's landing that left hand.
Yep. Just taking her head off center, throwing it overhand, getting onto the outside, doing a really good job of it. I think she'll find a home for that a little bit more in the 4th round.
Yeah. And the thing is, man, the way she's landing that left hand, if it hits the nose or something like that, it's going to break the nose. You know what I mean? It'll break the nose. And so fuck. Guys, if you haven't, like and subscribe. And there's a little bell. Hit the notifications button so you get notifications. And guys, send your love to Eli, who hasn't slept in 36 hours, but he came out here to do the podcast.
Doing it.
Can I say, though, that Maia has done better than any of them? More than I thought she was going to do.
I didn't think she was going to win a round, so she did well to win a round. Let's see now if she can win a second
round. She's pressuring, coming forward. Again, it's a massive left hand off Shevchenko, but she's coming forward.
But this is what she needs to try to do, walk through some of these shots and try to get into that clinch and get on top. That's how she can win the round. Unfortunately, she'll have to eat something for her trouble.
Absolutely.
But
she's holding the center of the octagon, and but Shevchenko just is starting. I believe she's starting to get the range on her a little bit, and as the fight goes on, it starts to nice counter left hook by Maia on the break there, but check hook of Shevchenko's own. Maia's holding the center. Ooh, hit with a 1-2. Shevchenko hit a flush. I'd like to see the left kick from Shevchenko, either to the body or to that lead leg, or kicking Maia's lead leg with her right leg.
Yep.
But I'm sure Shevchenko knows what to do. She doesn't need an overweight ex-TAFE teacher telling her. And she slips so well. Oh, nice jab landed by Shevchenko on Maia. Maia's still there with a boxing stance in the center, controlling the center, but she is getting hit on the way in. She got hit with a stiff jab by Shevchenko. Her face is starting to swell up a little bit.
And she's starting to pull her punches a little bit as well. She's been a little bit hesitant going into that range because she is getting hit so many times.
They exchange combinations there. They both got hit, but Maia came off second best in that exchange. Another left hand landed by Shevchenko. She got the double underhooks. A nice trip. What a nice trip. Very, very good takedown by Maia. By Shevchenko, straight into side control. Again, it's a replay of the previous round. Maia has the underhook, but Shevchenko keeps working her way down towards the hip to negate the use of that underhook. and now she will control her here for as long as possible, I would imagine. Now she put herself in a half guard, and she's going to use that as a Turk ride to keep her pinned and keep using her body weight and her left arm to move her way down the hips to negate the use of that underhook. Now she's got the underhook. Maia gave up the underhook. It's going to be very, very, very hard for Maia to work her way out of this. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Maia's going to have to do something spectacular to win back this round, I think.
Yeah, she's in a very bad position here on the bottom. She
Yep,
hasn't been able to get to her feet.
And she's up against the cage, so that also stops you. That only gives you one way out, but that way is through Shevchenko's body, and that's not going to really happen. She's got to try and use a cage to wall walk, but she can't because Shevchenko has that underhook. So this is a difficult situation for Maia. Shevchenko's now got framing with her elbows. She's trying to land a forearm and an elbow. Maia did a good job of defending that, but this is, I think, going to be a rinse repeat. So she's using her shoulder now to land shoulder strikes. Again, I think that Shevchenko is going to look to frame. She landed another shoulder. And she has, so she's got shoulder pressure now on Maia's on Maia's chin, and she's got the left deep underhook. I think she's landing shots. It quite landed them to the back of the head there. But it's hard because Maia turned the head.
Yep.
But this is not going to help Shevchenko, Maia. Now Shevchenko has passed, and now she's taken her back. She's got one hook in and that hip clamp that we saw Moreno have on Royval.
Maia's sort of got her hips to the ground, return back to a half guard.
But there's 1 minute to go, and I think now you're seeing the pressure of the whole thing, you know. Oh, she's gift wrapped as well. Now she's gift wrapped. This is a difficult situation. But all those little things, like the thing that happens is Shevchenko gets you into a position and you might work your way out of it, but it takes energy for you to work your way out of it. You know, now she's leaning on her. She's got excellent shoulder pressure on her here. And this is really, really uncomfortable position. 29 seconds to go. Her head being placed there, there's no guillotine there. It's just working as an underhook. Now she's looking for a head arm choke. It's not there. She's got her head there working as an underhook. And if Maia's arm comes up, she's going to use it to become a head arm choke. So Maia's not in a good position here, in a very, very bad position. She's being pinned to the floor. Maia's putting it done. End of the round. Clear round for the champion, Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, no, clear round for her. I was actually surprised that she went for the takedown. I thought she was peppering her so well on the feet that she would have just continued there. Maybe even got the stoppage because she was really finding a home for that 1-2.
You know what happens though sometimes, I think, and this is what it's hard when people are watching. Like I think they don't like when people are watching this, that not the fights. Maybe Valentina's in there and she feels that Maia might have more power than we think she does.
Yep.
You know, doesn't want to risk exchanging. Sometimes it's hard, man, because you don't know what the fighters feel. Ewan Ferguson says, big ups, staying awake and staying with us even after Fab's slander last week, Eli. Yeah, I didn't slander you, mate.
I'm sure you didn't.
Roscoe says, thanks, guys. And Valeria R says, Eli coming through for Grange TV fans. Love the commentary. Thank you, guys. And thank you for Valeria, especially the captain of the Grange TV fans.
Cheers.
We're about to start, people. I went a little bit early again with the bell, and they're off. There is a final round, the last round of the championship rounds. Jab landed. Oh, and 2 jabs landed by Shevchenko. Oh, and that spinning fist did partially land. Kind of landed with the elbow. But Maia now has her pinned against the cage. I like that Shevchenko's already got that underhook in, though. She's going to switch her hips and get that underhook deeper. Maia's doing a good job of holding her there. But, man, the face is starting to show, though, with Maia. She's got the body lock, does Shevchenko. I think Maia's slowed down quite a bit. Shevchenko's looking for a takedown here. Oh, elbow on the break. Nice elbow landed by Shevchenko. Maia's working away. She's very game, and she's still got the left kick to the body. That's what I'd like to see more of from Shevchenko. Nice left hand by Shevchenko.
She's found a home for that.
Yeah, and she's got Maia's timing now. She's sort of like waiting for Maia to come in, and she's landing kicks to the body, landed a spinning back kick to the body. Oh, my God. The exchange here, she's exchanged, and Maia came off second best. Combination landed by Shevchenko. Now Maia spun her and got her into the cage. She's using that left high underhook again to keep Shevchenko pinned to the cage. She's looked like she may transition to a single leg given the opportunity, but I think she uses that arm more to stop Shevchenko getting the left underhook herself. Shevchenko's landing shots over the top on Maia's face, which is going to be more uncomfortable than anything else, but I don't think it's going to do anything as far as stopping Maia from doing what she's doing. Shevchenko doing a good job of framing on the bicep and trying to land that knee from that position.
With 3 minutes left in this round, Maia would a knockout or a submission?
Yeah, and I don't think she'll get. Oh, she got the arm spin. Nice work. Almost got that arm spin. Good on her for trying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She needs to do something.
She needs to rip off her arm or do something crazy.
Because just this pressing her up against the cage and working away, I don't think is going to be enough for her to win the fight.
No. Could you give her this round?
Yeah, you could if she dominates this next 2.5 minutes. Then that would make it 3 rounds to 2.
Shevchenko's way, though, still.
Yeah. Unless there's someone who's, one of the judges is just drunk again.
Shevchenko throws with a lot of authority, though.
Yeah.
She throws with a lot of authority. And the problem is, I see with Maia's a lot of the clinch, it's, that left hand hurt. That one landed like on the nose, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like there's only so many of them you can take. Spinning kick miss by Shevchenko. But Shevchenko's now, in this range like this, it's too much. Maia's getting hit and it's hurting her. And there's stiff jab landed by Shevchenko. And their pinpoint now, Maia's face is a mess now at this stage. As long as Shevchenko can stay in this range, she's going to pick her apart. Left high kick miss, hit on the forearms. Left hand again, she took her head off the midline, did Shevchenko, and threw that left hand. Maia pushed her up against the cage. Left underhook, nice and high.
Maia's looking a lot like Perry right now.
I was thinking the same thing, eh?
Yeah.
Left hand landed by Shevchenko on the break. You know, the thing is, though, like, if it wasn't Shevchenko, you wouldn't think this is a close fight. You get what I mean? It's that the fact that Maia's doing so much better than anyone thought she would do.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise it's not really a close fight. Like she's getting landed on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she is. She's getting chewed up a little bit on the feet.
And on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so here we are. Left hand again landed.
She's just throwing that one and then getting to the outside with that too.
Yeah.
Just continually fighting.
Another big left hand landed by Shevchenko. She got hit on the break there with the left hook, but it's not. And Teddy Atlas made a good point. Then he just put a tweet up that there hasn't been enough right hands from Maia fighting a southpaw.
Yep. Yeah.
And
she has found herself on the outside foot sometimes, but
yeah. And she's not throwing it. She's not throwing that at all. And her face is a mess. There's 16 seconds to go. She hasn't, and it'd have to be straight rights as well for the south against the southpaw. She landed a spinning fist and then a left hand straight after it. Maia's got a chin on her butt.
Yeah.
You got to give her that. There's 2 seconds to go. It's not going to happen. Done. Time. Unless the judges are on enough angel dust to kill a small village, that fight goes to Shevchenko.
Yeah, it definitely does. I don't even think drugs could change that result.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
I don't think so. But
Matame a pedos means kill me with farts. What was I going to say to you? Primitive Organism, thank you so much for your compliment, mate. You are a champion. I really appreciate it. Eli appreciates it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Man's been awake for 2 weeks, man, just fighting fires. That's all he does. If you've seen the movie Backdraft, then you've seen Eli's life. Have you seen the movie?
No, but one of my mates always texts me and calls me. Oh, who's the actor in there? I don't know. He's always pulling the piss out of me.
Look at this. Randy, $5, no comment. You know why? Because Randy doesn't give a fuck. Hey, Randy, there are some people that don't know if it's out of their region or whatever it is, how to donate. Can you tell them, because you had trouble with it last week? You're a good person, Randy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you very much.
Wow, Maia went 5 rounds. Yeah. Yep, which I think a lot of people wouldn't expect her to last the 5. And a lot of people probably had bets on that as well. To be finished within, do you know what I mean? Within 3 or...
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Probably Shevchenko had money and she said, fuck it, let's go 5. Oh, that spinning back fist. Oh, she ate a big right hand, did Shevchenko. Boom!
But then returned with the left.
Fucking wow. I heard Elo's been up for a month straight. He has been wherever there's a fire, mate. Wherever there's a fire. Fitzy, thanks guys. I didn't bother buying this pay-per-view due to the weak matchups, but nice to hear your commentary. Fitzy, thank you so much, sir.
Cheers, Fitzy.
Thank you. Listen whenever you can. We appreciate the help so much. Thank you. Hey, the Texan, $5. Wow, the Texan finishes strong. Sorry, are you in Australia, Texan? You are, aren't you? You're no real Texan. Where are you, Texan? Are you here on the South Coast? Where are you? Are you really a Texan? Because when it's green, isn't that from Australia? I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, he's not a Texan then. Been watching too many cowboy movies.
Or she's not a Texan.
Oh yeah, she.
But no, man, that was a really good performance by Maia. But the problem is that you know what happens as well. It's kind of like that John Jones thing. Shevchenko has so much to lose. Everyone expects her to just go in and she does her cool dance that she does.
Cool, you reckon?
That's amazing. Well, you tell her it's not cool.
No, that bit's cool.
No, California. I think Jesus says he's from Orange. I think Jesus Dubbo. My husband is Texan. Oh, I see. Thank you very much to both of you. I'm okay with people performing sex acts in the commentary as long as you donate. Other than that, I don't want you performing sex acts if you're not going to pay.
Most wins.
What was I going to say to you a second ago? Fucking
John Jones.
It's that John Jones thing. You know what I mean? Like, you expect her to just go out there and demolish people within 2 rounds, and if she doesn't, it's a bad performance. You know what I mean? But she's got so much pressure on her, you know, and I just feel like she did a fantastic job. And Maia's going in there with no pressure and no one actually expecting anything of her.
Yep.
And so I think that both girls did really well.
No, I think so as well.
I'm really, really impressed. Because Maia, man, she ate a lot of shots. She's got a granite head.
The next one.
This one's going to be crazy, yeah.
I hope so.
I think I just found my new commentators. Awesome commentary. Thanks. Rene Flores, thank you so much, sir. We really, 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 really appreciate it. Cannot tell you enough how much we appreciate it. Texas. Right now I'm in heaven. Now it's his turn, so cheer me on. Hey, if you're going to perform sex acts, you have to donate. That's how it is, man. You can't just perform sex acts and just narrate them and not give money. You know what I mean? You have to give money.
Titles wins.
So it has to. So what do you guys think? Is it Amanda Nunes?
Has to be, because Joanna isn't the same Joanna that we first seen. Do you mean? And they did fight. They've already fought, Valentina and Joanna. So must be Nunes again, unless Ronda comes back.
She wasn't a flyweight.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit delirious.
Eli's going a month straight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. No, it has to be Amanda Nunes for a next fight, because unless we see something spectacular out of the other flyweights, no, it needs to. But can Amanda Nunes? She can't come down to 125, so obviously that means Valentina needs to go up. And is she willing to go up?
I think she wants that fight.
Yeah.
I think she wants it. I think the other fights they weren't whitewashes.
They weren't. Yeah.
Some people say that she won.
She went the 8 rounds.
8?
Yeah, wasn't it 1 5-round and 1 3-round?
Was it? Can you look it up? I don't know why I didn't think that. Eli needs some Dorian Yates pre-workout.
I do. I'd be in here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eli is struggling a little bit, and mate, I couldn't have done it. But in fairness, there's been times where I've been up all night too. But Eli was out fighting fires. I was never out fighting fires. I've never been much of a fighter. I'm not even much of a lover, really. But yeah, fucking hell, Randy, you guys are really slacking on the donations. How is baby Des supposed to eat, and how is Eli supposed to feed his 15 children? Matame a pedos says, gracias por tan excelente show. Son unos verdaderos profesionales. Me voy a trabajar. Saludos desde Honduras. Un beso y un abrazo grande a Honduras. Toda la gente latinoamericana que está mirando. Me gustaría hacer un día el comentario en español. No sé cuánta gente de aquí habla español. So I'm just replying back to Matame a pedos. He's off to work today. Just wants to thank us all for the commentary. And
oh, yucca.
What happened?
3 rounds in 2016.
So it was
March 2016, 3 rounds. She lost a decision. And then 5 rounds in September 2017, 5-round decision. Eli is not
Mate, he's a fucking machine.
8 rounds. And I know how to add up. That's what got you confused. He's going, what equation can make 8?
De nada, Matame pedos, de nada. Un abrazo. Trabaja bien. Disfruta el día. Yeah, man, it's so she went 8 rounds with Nunes.
Yeah.
And they were both, was one of them a split, did you say?
They were both decision. I don't know about
okay.
Split, sorry.
But dude, there's not many people alive that are going to do that.
No, not at all. There isn't.
Like it's not a trilogy in the traditional sense of the word, but I think that it's definitely the fight to make. I don't know, in women's, is there another fight to make in the women's? Can you think of one?
No, I can't think of one on the top of my head.
Guys, can anyone think of another fight in the women's division outside of Nunes and Shevchenko?
Oh. Randy, my 15 children. Don't worry, I only feed 2 of them. The other 13 have to fend for themselves. So, yeah, I only need enough money to feed 2 of them.
The others, they're all grown up anyways, really.
Yeah.
They're all adults. But he still needs the money for the tuition fees at university. It's not easy, you know. So, yeah, come on, guys. This is Eli, the fireman. So, you still with Deiveson?
Yeah. I think he's going to knock him out.
You really think that?
Yeah.
Just early, bang like that?
No. I think he's going to drop him a couple of times.
The thing with him, he's got such crazy power from a switch stance as well.
Yep. Yeah, I think he will drop him a couple of times, and then finish it with Perez on the ground. Round 2.
Okay. Elo, you're really you're fading, man. He's fading on us. Jessica Andrade or Cynthia Calvillo? Calvillo just lost.
Yeah, but and Jessica's too big.
Yeah, I don't know. Hello and welcome. Just press the $ next to your chat and the babies will eat. If that doesn't work, use the desktop version of YouTube. Oh, I think that's in answer to somebody was asking before, how do they donate?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so fuck, who was it? It was somebody asking before, how do you donate? It's not in your region or whatever. And there's Randy telling us. Thank you, Randy. Ewan Ferguson, did little Ite get her ice cream from last week's stream donation? She didn't get ice cream because we just had to feed her the necessities. So she got 3 red beans and she ate those. But she's happy, mate. 3 red beans goes a long way to nourishing a starving child. If you'll start a Patreon, I think there's a section for followers to suggest stuff like t-shirt designs. I want a photo of your head and a speech bubble saying, ooh. Man, if there's enough people to do it, I will do it. Zhang and Shevchenko. Ooh, Zhang and Shevchenko. See, that's involuntary. I just did it. What about Zhang and Shevchenko?
Sorry. Yeah, there's the fight to make.
You reckon?
Good job. Yep.
Zhang, eh? Interesting. Do you want Zhang over Nunes? Laugh out loud, rocking. Hey guys, this is the Texan. Thank you and keep it up. She's really into this for me. Holy crap. Thank you. But dude, if you're going to post that shit, you got to donate. If Zhang Weili could go up to flyweight, maybe could that be a good fight?
Yes.
Yeah, but again, she's got to come up for Shevchenko. I don't know if that's going to be. Don't forget, dude, she went 8 fucking rounds with Nunes. I don't know. The thing I was saying to you though, I think if this guy hits him with some leg kicks and he throws the leg kicks,
that can cause some issues for sure.
Figueiredo. He eats them, man. He catches them. That landed right on the kneecap, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, this guy hits so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he eats people. He looks fucking scary, dude.
It's a sushi chef.
He's a sushi chef.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah, that's what he did before.
I didn't know this.
Sushi chef, yeah.
I didn't know this. For real, an actual sushi chef, yes. or he worked in a sushi place.
It's a Brazilian sushi place, so I don't think you have to go through the same steps as what you would have to in Japan.
No, because there's people that work.
No, he was a sushi chef,
an actual chef.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Omar, you fucking champion! Look at Omar. Do you guys think dominance should be a factor when considering GOAT fighters? Khabib never came close to losing a fight compared to Jones, who arguably lost 2 fights against Silva and Reyes. Speak freely, Eli.
But then does that also depend on your opponents? So if your opponents weren't as strong, I'm not saying Khabib's weren't, but I'm just saying if your opponents weren't as, do you mean if you have a stacked division of absolute killers, then so there's a lot of ifs and buts in that.
I don't think the problem is that GOAT talking about undefeated or something like that, I don't think is really fair either. I think GSP is right up there with the GOAT, Demetrius Johnson, etc. But I'll tell you this, if we're going to take PDs out of it and everything, which I don't think we should, but let's say we did, I think you have to look at longevity. And when you look at a guy like John, if you take the PDs out, he's defended like 15 times or something.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge, man. That's huge. And fighting everyone they put in front of him. It's different, man. Like, who knows a title defense number 13 or 14 if Khabib would look the way John Jones did, or if he's going to look like Khabib, you know what I mean? Who knows that? I don't know. So that there's a lot of things. And I think those things are very subjective because we always only think in the now, you know what I mean? We don't think, outside of people's era, because Matt Hughes at one time was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yep.
Who was going to beat him? BJ Penn or whatever. So it's hard. I think in their respective divisions, I think we can say I can't think of a better lightweight than Khabib ever. Can you?
Joe Lozon, but anyway, well,
yeah. I can't think of one. I can't think of a better light heavyweight than John Jones. I can't think of someone that's done a better job at middleweight than Anderson. I can't think of someone that's done a better job than GSP at welterweight. You know what I mean? Flyweight, Demetrius Johnson. What Cejudo has done with flyweight and bantamweight, I think was fantastic. So that's how I see it. But that's me. And those things are always fun to talk about, but they're subjective at the end of the day. Thank you, Omar. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Omar.
The Texan, she donated when she burst, and so will I. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's the only time I'm going to say that. Coach should definitely create a Patreon, more food for the family. Joseph, I will. I just don't even know what that is. So properly, I just knew about it. And I'm going to look at creating a Patreon. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the support of you guys. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, so if you guys...
some type of militia or something.
Yeah, maybe we can have our own little army here. Can I just say something? I love this little community that we have. It is really fun to watch the fights. I was just saying to my wife, I can't wait till the fights are on so I can call them and hang out with you guys because I really do appreciate it. It really is amazing. And I like the fact that we don't have any dickheads on here. And we don't really have any dickheads on the comments on our YouTube section when we put up posts. But as it's starting to grow, sometimes dickheads seep in. But I'm glad to have this little thing that we have all going. So I really appreciate it. Jessica, sorry, Eli, you want to say something?
Don't be a dickhead.
No, please don't.
Yeah. Simple.
It's horrible, mate. Dude's been awake for 2 months, saving fucking saber-toothed tigers, getting examples from, seeing if the Tasmanian tiger's still alive and people are going to make fun of it. Randy, will you triple the amount at the Texan? Depends on how and where she finishes me. Everyone's in on this now.
Yeah. It's turned into the Texan show, not Grange TV.
As long as you donate, Texan. Thank you, Johan Steinhofer. Thank you, man. Honestly, I mean it, man. We really enjoy it, man. It means something. Eli drove almost 2 hours after being awake and saving people, saving lives. Sometimes he grabbed people that he shouldn't have grabbed, but that's Eli, man. Deiveson is a fucking huge man, ain't
he? Yeah. Could work on his fitness.
He's a fucking big boy. And he's so lean and muscular. I want to look up this thing if he was actually a sushi chef. I'm really, really...
Cutting up sushi. It was
no. I believe that he worked in a
yeah, it was... You've been to Brazil. You've seen these little places.
No, but I've been to Liverpool and I've seen that people aren't necessarily chefs.
They used to sell kibis and coxinhas, do you know what I mean? And then they changed to sushi. Like these little sushi places open up everywhere there.
Yeah, Figueiredo worked as a bricklayer, hairdresser and sushi chef before competing in MMA professionally.
Booyah!
Yeah, no. But I don't know if he was an actual chef.
Yeah, there's a big difference. But like, what a sushi chef does in Japan and a sushi chef does in Brazil. What a sushi chef does in Brazil is what I do in my kitchen when I make it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
this guy just bagging Brazil. You know who Eli is? Eli's that guy married a Brazilian so he can be racist. Now it's all right for him to be racist because he's got a Brazilian. That's like me running around Cabramatta and just spitting on Asians because my wife's Asian. It doesn't give you a right, dude. It doesn't give you a right.
I love Brazil.
It doesn't. You can't.
Don't do that. Don't try to turn my people on me.
Just because
don't try to turn my
wife and daughter are Asian, I can't just say bad stuff about 52% of the world's population. Anyone that's Asian, even I start going like Middle Eastern people, Arabs, Indians, I hang the shit on them because my wife is Asian. No, that's not. No. That's not how it works, sir.
Do not try to turn my people on me.
He took a double whammy because his wife is Brazilian and black, so now he's like super racist. He just jumped on that. Did you even marry her because you loved her, or did you marry her because you wanted to be racist? It's so horrible. Guys, somebody have a chat to Eli about this, because racism is a no on this show. No. Unbelievable. You think you have a sanctuary, and then you sneak in. Unbelievable.
They do good sushi there. But
The best, honestly. Biggest Japanese population outside of Japan is in Brazil.
yeah, in Brazil, Sao Paulo, Liberdade.
I love it, eh?
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yep.
Mitchell Robert is disappointed in you, Eli.
I won't sleep tonight.
This fight, I think it's going to be a good fight. Alexander Amaka says, I think Shevchenko needs to move up to the men's division. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. I don't. I just think
Deiveson.
Yeah, I think Alex knows to come in with the leg kicks. I think Deiveson should win. But the other thing that I like is inside. This guy throws good punches, does Perez. He gets inside and he kind of turns the fans
he does
on.
like that sort of inside range more than that distance. You mean that long range? You see, you've just seen it over and over again where Deiveson's just put people down
with shots.
Yeah,
he hits so hard. That's what's crazy in this division. He hits so hard. So who had good
he's
power
like
as
the
well?
Francis Ngannou of
Yeah.
this division. You know what I mean?
He's a big boy, man. (19-1).
That was a decision loss
to Formiga, the guy
Yep.
that got his knee kicked off by
Perez.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's so pumped, man. I'm pumped for this fight.
Yeah, I am too.
Rick James is what a nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon, watching the UFC and listening to the boys. Happy days.
Cheers, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, man. It is for me as well. I know Eli's battling through this, fucking Trojan that he is, but we're getting through this. We're getting through this.
Rick James.
Rick James. And we're off. We're about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for the main event of the evening. To the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home, we're off.
Here we go.
Round one, right kick thrown by Perez right off the bat. Deiveson's in the southpaw stance. Figueiredo, Perez is in orthodox. Now, Figueiredo switches to orthodox. They're both orthodox. Perez has his hands up nice and high, and Figgy switches back to southpaw. Now he's back in orthodox, and he goes back to southpaw. This is hard as well to get that read for those low kicks.
Yeah.
Just his ability to switch back and forwards. Nice.
That's
just
what
a little
Perez
exchange.
Wants to do,
Yeah,
is get
Perez
into
wants that
inside and work a little bit harder in there. But very dangerous if he starts coming in.
Left body kick by Figgy. Then a right hand landed by Perez.
This is it. He's very confident in the way he stalks you down.
Yes.
He knows
Peppering with his jab. Like with a lead uppercut. Perez took it on the arms. Figgy's trying to frame. Nice kicks by Perez. Kicks the lead leg. But Figgy's got a real good understanding of the distance. Perez got in on a single leg. Figgy's defending. He's got a nice deep single leg. Does Perez is getting up against the cage. Figueiredo has got the whizzer here. He's defending. Very good defense. Very good dexterity and balance. Perez is looking for this to take it down.
How is he?
Figueiredo switched for an inverted heel, for a heel hook. He's got it in nice and deep. Perez is out of it. Good work by Perez. Great work by both guys. The guillotine is in. He's got an arm in guillotine. Perez needs to get that left shoulder down, but Figueiredo's very, very composed. He's just going to hold him here. Oh, it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's not going to get off. It's on. If Perez gets... Oh, it's done.
Wow.
Fucking wow.
How well did he
Deiveson
do
gives him
there
a big hug.
to keep that guillotine on and find a home for it just deeper in. That just... It just
Oh.
against a very good wrestler. That is a good guillotine. And he must be strong.
And he just kept it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I thought he's going to burn his arms out here. He's really gripped on early, and then he's just sort of found it, even got it under that chin a little bit more. Very impressive. Thoughts, Fab?
Fucking wow. Wow.
And this was...
Fucking wow.
What is that entry called?
That's a scissor.
Yeah. Illegal
It's illegal in all sports that care about humanity. No, man, it's illegal in jiu-jitsu, in gi jiu-jitsu. But
so I thought Perez was starting to get his head out there, but that was just deeper under the chin now.
The thing is, he didn't just squeeze, he did look and catch the placement. Yeah. Fucking wow. Wow. I'm in shock, man. That guy is so good.
He is. And there you go. He can't just... It's not just his knockout power, his ability to knock you out, but he has a great submission as well. And they knew that was a danger of his. Do you know what I mean? They would have come in, they would have trained for that, knowing that he has a great guillotine.
No, but you know, the thing that's scary to me is that it wasn't like Perez's shit, and it wasn't like Perez did the wrong things, and it wasn't like he had the bad game plan. Like, he looked good, man. Yeah, you're right, Jans. I think he looked good. I think he did the right things. Figgy's that good.
Yeah.
Figgy is that fucking good.
Yeah.
And it was like, he got him in a single leg. It was nice and deep. And this guy's dexterity and balance.
Oh, yeah, his balance. Yeah.
And then his ability to look for that heel hook of that scissor defense, you know, was pretty fucking impressive. Look at Dana White. He looks like a baddie in a movie or something. Wow.
I'm happy for him. The ex-sushi chef.
Fuck.
From Brazil.
Valeria, 20. You're the best, Valeria. Don't be racist. Just hate everyone. Hilarious stuff, you guys. Thank you very much, Valeria. I'm going to have a long, serious talk to Eli when we're done here, you know, about this. You know, this is not right. This is... Oh, and they're doing a cool walkout too. Thank you so much, Valeria. Thank you. And we will work on hating everyone. I'm going to look into Patreon stuff, guys. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm going to look into it and we'll kick it off and we'll see what happens.
What now
for him? I'm shocked.
What now for him, Fab?
I don't know. We're going to have to do a post-fight thing. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think happens next with Dana? The head looked like it was going to explode. I don't know what happens next with this guy. Is it Moreno?
It would have to be.
I think they both had really impressive wins.
Yeah, so that would have to be the next fight to make. And he was the number one contender. So he was ranked number one. So that is the next fight to make. But is he on that level?
Well, what other things can he do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has to cement his win. Like, he was throwing big kicks, and Perez did well, man, while it lasted. But, man, that's pretty insane. No, this guy's different. You know what I mean?
He has that sort of X
Cejudo. Does Cejudo come out of retirement?
Could do.
Wow. Fucking wow.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching with us. We really appreciate the support. Wouldn't be able to do this without people supporting us. And without you guys watching and everything, and Eli's kids eating and all of that, we wouldn't be able to do any of it. So really appreciate everything, guys. We really appreciate you guys helping out. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Really enjoy it, and yeah, man, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't liked and subscribed. Please like, subscribe, share with people, share with your friends. Like us on Instagram. Press the notifications button so that you can follow us and get all the notifications of any of the new videos that we put up, guys. Thank you so much. Signing out.